Special player out here, and we've seen special players through the decades here. I think we have one tonight in the Berkeley quarterback.
Well, you know, Henry Rivers, he's so special that he's one of the top quarterbacks in the Low Country, but he's going to play baseball in college. He's going to play at the College of Charleston for Chad Holbrook and the Cougars. This guy, run it, throw it. He's a true leader. Been on varsity since a ninth grader. Now he's a senior. He has a good grasp on this offense.
You know, my favorite stat of him, he's actually third in the state in punting average. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's talk about the Fort Dorchester side, and they're really going to need to get a spark from one of their wideouts.
Yeah, Lorez Matthews plays wide receiver, also DB, responsible for the only points for Fort Dorchester last week in that loss to Lucy Beckham, especially a guy that can do it on both sides of the football.
You got two coaches fairly new to this area, but they've got history going back to Florida. We got a classic. Stay right here. We got kickoff coming up. You're looking at a live shot at the Fort Dorchester, the Berkeley Stags tonight, week 2 of Friday Night Rivals. Brought to you by Knights Companies, powered by Velocity Power Sports. Our game day forecast, I drove over here to a lot of rain, but what we've got pregame, about 84 degrees, got a nice breeze. Last week we were certainly worried about the heat, and today we got a pretty nice night for football.
Yeah, not at all. I think conditions are very favorable for a nice night of football.
I want to talk about this young man, Lorez Matthews. He was one of our players to watch. We will not be watching him. He suffered a little bit of an injury today before the game, so he will be standing by on the sidelines, supporting his teammates as they get ready to take on the state-ranked Berkeley Stags. They won the toss. They chose to kick off, and they do. Kickoff going to ride into the arms of Aiden Rutledge. Rutledge down the right side, turns the corner out at about the 22-yard line, and that's where they will start.
Yeah, tough break for Fort Dorchester, not having the services of Lorez Matthews. Again, a two-way player for the Patriots. So, as we say in sports team, next man up.
Next man up, indeed, indeed. So they'll get things going at about the 23-yard line. You've got two Rivers. Rivers is going to run through this game today. You've got Messiah Rivers quarterbacking for Dorchester. You talked a little bit about the special Rivers on the other side. He is something else, Henry Rivers. But right now, this is a team that needs to drive the ball, sustain possession.
Yeah, kind of got out to a slow start last week in that loss to Lucy Beckham. I think they had a 3-and-out on their first, and then had a punt blocked. As we see the first play here, already a penalty flag. And, you know, that's what Coach Rance talked about, Lorenzano, I should say, wanting to kind of clean up some of the mistakes and try to get better each and every week.
5-yard penalty moves the ball back to their own 18-yard line where it remains
first and 15. Starting lineup sponsored by Sunbelt Rentals. Without the right equipment, you got no game. Appreciate Tim being up there again for us today.
Tim Pinnell.
Berkeley's defense: Chris, Coleman, Fuller, Porchea, Fuller, Everett, President, Moultrie. For Dorchester runs for about 7 on first down.
You always want to get in those positive plays as we take a look at the Berkeley starting lineup. Team that played very well in a shutout win against Stratford last week in a big rivalry victory.
Stratford did not get their first down until mid-second quarter. As for the offense, it's Rivers, Green, the running back, and then you got some solid guys up front. And then the wide receiver situation, we'll see how that unfolds. They roll out 4 on 2nd down and 8 right now. Single running back. Messiah Rivers with the snap. Looks left, throws left. Boy, how about that? Quick closing potential there. That was number 14 by Fort Dorchester on that play, Javion Richardson.
Malachi
Robinson.
Yep. And also for Copeland, President, and also on the stop. We talked about it a lot last week, for these cornerbacks. Very impressed to see these guys be able to kind of get the wide receivers down in open field as we see another penalty flag on that play.
A dead ball foul,
So
a personal
foul against Berkeley. So that'll be an automatic first down, 15-yard penalty. Dean, I didn't see the infraction, but clearly Berkeley guilty.
Just so impressed by the closing speed of Robinson, the sophomore defensive back. Usually on a play like that, you'll see that player taken off the field immediately for a little conversation on the sideline. Didn't happen here. They go 1st and 10 from the 44. They're going to pick up about 7 on the play. So Rivers with quick strike.
You see so far early on this early drive, Berkeley doing a nice, Fort Dorchester, I should say, doing a nice job of getting the ball out of their hands quickly, not allowing that pressure of that front four of Berkeley to kind of penetrate and get in the backfield. So a nice job of not those long developing routes, but the short 5-yard, those swing passes out of backfield, and slowly but surely moving their way down the field. And thus far, Dean, every play for Fort Dorchester erased the penalties, have been positive plays, puts them in short down and short. That's what Coach Lorenzano wants.
Yeah, 2nd and 4. 3 receivers, top of the screen. They're going to run it right up the middle. Another penalty flag down. Really nice run there by number 21. That's Liam Chapman.
We'll have to see who the penalty flag is on. I believe, 4th penalty on this opening drive?
Yes.
Illegal shift against Fort Dorchester.
It's going to erase
5-yard penalty.
The first down.
To the Patriot 46-yard line where it remains 2nd down.
You know, you're Eric Lodge. We asked Coach about this earlier this week, Dean. You know, you come off that big rivalry victory against Stratford. You play so well. You get the shutout. You look at Fort Dorchester, they struggled against Lucy Beckham. This was a game that he said we had to come out and execute from the jump. Yep. You don't really want to kind of get complacent and think that Fort Dorchester was just going to show up and kind of give it to Berkeley.
Offense, a little bit of a spark, as you said, positive plays. Got the corner here. Boy, he puts his head down and runs over an individual. That was number 34 for Fort Dorchester. Dominique Blue, freshman running back.
Avery Everett, there, the senior linebacker of Berkeley, to meet him at the football.
Now, I've already said the name of a sophomore, and now a freshman. And I think both of us were a little stunned in that conference call we had this week when they found out we had, he had 3 seniors on this team.
definitely a rebuild mode for this Fort Dorchester team. Had some kids leave the program, transfer out, but the kids that want to be here, which is what's important here, and doing a great job for the Patriots. Is unfortunately you see a bad snap there.
Yeah, that was on 3rd and 6. I think Rivers may have mishandled that snap. Now he's having a conversation with Jackson Ray. They both come off the field.
A little miscommunication there.
I think it, yeah, and I think it almost got stuck in the belly of Dominic Blue, and I think that's where they lost control of the ball.
Now, last week on the opening possession of the season, a punt was blocked in return for a touchdown by Lucy Beckham. Let's see if the Patriots have cleaned up the special teams component of this team.
Short punt's going to bounce backwards. That ball needs to be stopped, and it is at about the 48-yard line.
Definitely that snap on point. Not the best of kicks, but needless to say, you give yourself an opportunity, and now we'll get an opportunity to see the other Rivers, that being Henry, the outstanding senior quarterback. Again, he's been the starter dean for Berkeley since a freshman, 4-year starter. You don't normally see that a lot these days, especially at a program as elite as Berkeley is.
I would tell you, as I walked here today, I thought about that. The last 4 years starting varsity quarterback may have been DeCarrion Joyner, as Rivers rolls right, looks right, got man down the field, overthrows Elijah Mitchell by just about 2 yards. But Mitchell didn't look like he was ready for the ball.
Looking at the replay, and good punt protection. Unfortunately, it's kind of, as you talked about, Dean, not in the favor of Fort Dorchester. And another penalty in the opening play. Kerry Collins, our white hat.
Is that the 6th penalty we've had?
Legal man downfield against the Stags. Right now, just very sloppy offensively for both teams.
So they'll back it up, make it 1st and 15 from the 48. Quick pitch. Boy, great pursuit in the backfield there. 3-yard loss.
Mac Floyd on the stop. You talked about it, Dean. Great penetration by Max Floyd to get in the backfield. Another sophomore on the stop. Did a nice job of tackling the legs. We all know you can't run without the legs. You never want to tackle high around the shoulder pads. So nice job that time by Floyd.
Bryson McGee on the carry for Berkeley. 2nd and 16. Rivers rolling out. Looks deep again. He's got a man open. Got a man wide open. Down at the 20-yard line. Great cut to the ball by number 8, Jonathan Mitchell.
Wow. Now we see why, because I've been told Henry Rivers, a pitcher, also I think plays in the outfield, throws in the low 90s, hence why he's going to play college baseball. And you can see, Dean, on that throw, that was just a flick of the wrist.
It was a flick of the wrist for about 45 yards in the air. And a quick throw outside. And that is number 10 of Berkeley. That's Malik Callan, senior wide receiver.
You know, I think of the flick of the wrist, the one former NFL player that seemed to always could just flick it and it just go was Michael Vick. He had just that flick that could kind of get it down the field. And you see Henry Rivers just so composed, just kind of strolls out to the right and just his wide receivers running to the open spot. Get open, and I guarantee you Mr. Rivers will get it to you.
McGee in the backfield. Rivers going to keep it this time. He is a threat on the ground. A great open field tackle, though, by Fort Dorchester's number 8. Or number 9. Let's give it number 9. That's Jackson Ray, sophomore.
Talk about that dual threat. You don't want to push too far up the field because then Rivers will just simply step up in the pocket. But you also have to apply the pressure. You don't want to give him too much time. As he has shown, as we see here, he can just tuck it and take off as he tried to the defenders to the corner.
Velocity Power Sports replay. Compare brands all under one roof.
That's going to bring up 1st and goal, Dean, for the Stags. They're threatening, picking up right where they left off last week in the big win against Stratford.
They're in the Roper St. Francis red zone. That was red flag alert. Rivers taken down hard.
Once again, Mac Floyd in the right place at the right time.
And Rivers comes up kind of slow. I think if you go back and look at that replay, he took a pretty hard hit on that turf. Right on cue.
It was a low snap. Could have used his baseball skills to come up and feel that one, but you're right. He got slammed pretty hard down.
Second goal from about the 14 now. Rivers like, you can take the ball right up the middle. Again, great defense. Number 20, that's Lawrence Washington on the carry.
So many blue jerseys there to greet, led by, looks like Casa Milo, the junior defensive lineman.
How about these numbers for Rivers last week? He was 16 of 26, 2 touchdowns, 251 yards, and ran for 93.
Not a bad day.
Average 45 yards per punt, punted twice. And third in the state now for punt per average.
What can't Henry do?
He looks, going to step up, going to dance a little bit. He's got the speed of the outside, then he's going to flick it over. Wow. Special talent right there. Looked like he was going to sprint, puts a stop on it, throws the touchdown pass, our Trident Technical College touchdown. Your future, your college.
Just so composed in the pocket, didn't allow the defense to speed him up. He probably could have ran it had he wanted to, but saw his wide receiver wide open, and once again, just the flick of the wrist. Touchdown, Stags. Berkeley strikes first.
Boy, you've really got to be disciplined in all areas on defense, I think, to defend this team efficiently and successfully.
Yeah, because if you make that one false step, that's going to probably lead to a big play. And, you know, we're talking with the coaching staff earlier at Berkeley. They mentioned that, you know, where Henry has really...
It's going to be a 2-point conversion. Cam McHugh's going to take it. He's going to put his head down. Will he be going to reach out? Yes. Reached out for the 2-point conversion. To make that an 8-0 game now.
A swinging gate play where normally you see them shift, but that time they just kept it in, ran up the middle. 8-0 Stags. Look at our Velocity Power Sports replay here in Rivers. Just taking his time, steps up, made the defender come as if he were going to run, able to toss it for a touchdown.
It's an 8-0 game. You're watching Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Velocity Power Sports. We're back after this.
That's 4dathletics.com, your Patriot athletic website.
You want to?
Yes.
All right.
Number 27, Ryland Curran, set to kick off for Berkeley. Once again, Patriot fans, remember tonight's game is being broadcast.
Our window of opportunity tonight, sponsored by the Window Source of the Low Country. There's only one source, the Window Source. What do we got, E?
Well, for Berkeley, their window of opportunity is basically a balanced offense, and also to play fast, play hard. For Fort Dorchester, avoid those mistakes. We saw the penalties on that opening drive, and then just keep stacking, just keep getting better each and every day.
We want to remind you, football fans, that you can get signed up.
Yeah, you can tell with this Berkeley offense.
The Stokes Mazda 10 near the entrance
That long drives by Fort Dorchester a must, and they've got to capitalize and finish them off with points. And at this rate, it needs to be a 7 points and not 3.
Well, and you think about it, Dean, your best offense if you're Fort Dorchester is just going on those long sustained drives, using that clock and trying to shorten the game to keep Henry Rivers and that Berkeley Stag offense on the sidelines.
Taken at the 8-yard line, going to be taken down at about the 22-yard line. That's number 15 of Fort Dorchester, Eric Nathaniel, sophomore wide receiver. Right now, I want to go to our veteran down the sideline, third member of our team, Trooper Bob.
Down here on the sidelines with Danielle Greenman, athletic trainer. All right, so St. Francis Healthcare athletic trainers, they support the athletes. What's different than doing it during here at the game? You support them all week.
So what we want people to know is that we're providing a comprehensive medical clinic for the kids. We're here all week. We're here throughout the day. We're here for all practices and competitions. But what a lot of people don't know is that we have a huge team. We have a team physician. We have a team physical therapist. We have ancillary medical providers. We have student interns that are in their sports medicine training in grad school. And we also have our staff that is multiple people with students as well.
What are some of the injuries that you're seeing?
You know, right this time of year, especially with the start of football, we're hoping not to see any of these bigger injuries, but we have a lot of the strains and sprains and contusions, but we're dealing with everything from heat illness to concussions to skin infections and all the above.
And how are you working with the coaches and the players to prevent these injuries?
So throughout the week, we have a really good rapport. We use a lot of technology, believe it or not, to make sure things are streamlined. We have an app that all the coaches and the athletic trainers communicate together so that we can update them on every day what our treatments are looking like, how our injuries are going, when we're setting up ice baths, when we're doing recovery sessions, and also preventative injury stuff for our athletes that we sort of flag with injuries.
A lot of good athletes here on the field, but not everyone's going to the pros, but they're still going to need to be well maintained as a human being past this game, past this season, right?
So absolutely. You know, we've had players from all different stages and ages, coming from the little guys coming up all the way to our athletes that have gone pro, and we treat them all the same, which is we want them to take care of their body. We want them to learn how to properly become athletes. We want them to be prepared for a life outside of sports. That is injury prevention, that is loving to lift, that's loving exercise, that's being safe, because at one point sports ends for everybody. So we want them to be able to know, you know, how to take care of themselves, what their body needs, and how to properly train to keep themselves healthy.
Well, keep up the good work with you and your team here on the field. Also, a quick hello to your mom, Sherry, who's also watching the game today. I'll send it back upstairs.
All right, Drew Bob, thanks so much. And that was, I think that was called down. So it'll be a gain of 5. No turnover on that. Danielle Greenman just crushing the interview. Crushing it.
Yeah, in today's times, your trainers are by far your MVPs because of, as she mentioned, you know, the heat conditions. And it seems like these kids now are bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah, they are.
With technology and the research and all. So, yeah, your trainers, you have to have a strong trainer staff in any successful program.
All right, next kick coming up right now by Mario Marston. And I believe we've got a timeout called by Berkeley. So we've got a break in the action. Let's go ahead. We'll take it to break, and when we come back, 2:35 left. Berkeley will have the ball.
Go Patriots. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder also, for your safety and the safety of those around you, we ask that unless you are in line for the concession stand, to please find a seat in the stands. No standing along the fence line in the bleachers. We ask everyone to please adhere to these guidelines and maintain a positive behavior throughout the contest to ensure a fun and enjoyable experience for all fans. Remember, any disruptive behavior or failure to follow the rules could result in your removal from the venue. We thank you for your cooperation. Once again, no standing along the fence line here in the home stands. Please take a seat, and we thank you. Another high school football action tonight in the first quarter. Hillcrest 7, Somerville 7. In the first quarter, Crestwood 7, Goose Creek nothing. And near the end of the first quarter, Bishop England 14, Lucy Beckham nothing.
Welcome back to Fort Dorchester High School. Berkeley Stags, Fort Dorchester Patriots. And Smokes Comfort Control stats update. Smokes Comfort Control, guaranteed for life since 1962. And the early stat of the game that jumps out at you, E?
Yeah, the biggest one is Berkeley's up 8-0 and about to get the football. Again, 2 first downs for the Stags, 1 for Fort Dorchester. Henry Rivers, 3 for 4, 55 yards, and a tutty, as Jack the Long Chomps would say.
That ball, boy, great rebound on the kick by Marston. Not only that, but I thought for sure that thing was about to be blocked. I think that was Marshawn Porcher flying in the middle. So,
actually, Dean, looks like we have a penalty flag thrown at the 46-yard line, I should say.
Smokes Comfort Control stats update. There have been 7 penalties. That is, we're averaging more than 1 penalty a minute so far.
More penalties than points scored thus far here in the first quarter.
May want to let our wives know we probably won't be home till about 1:30 tonight at this pace. We can jump into Trooper Bob's pace car, and we'll get home really quickly. Trooper Bob's standing by right now down on the sideline. Trooper Bob?
Down here on the sidelines with Knights Company's Colby Denton, marketing manager, also Justin Johnson, materials logistics specialist. Colby, Knights Company's a concrete company. It's pretty cool that you're involved in local sports.
For sure, Bob. We love being involved as much as we can. I mean, we're a concrete company, so when you think about concrete, you don't necessarily think about football or anything like that, but that's why we're the primary sponsors at these events. We love being involved in our communities. We've been around since 1969, so we've had a long time to really grow and expand into the big company that we are to this day, the successful company, and we do all that through our communities. So events like this, getting out there, shaking hands, meeting people. So that's our bread and butter.
Thank you, Justin. You got a lot of plants around South Carolina. What are some of the job opportunities? And you're not just in South Carolina, you're in Lower Georgia also.
Have a pretty vast Georgia market as well as South Carolina. 3 main markets: our Charleston market, our Savannah market, and our Columbia market. We're in Aiken now. Being in trucking and logistics, we're always looking for CDL holders, talent. The core base of what we do. Always in search of talent there. Up through the plant level, from plant managers, plant staff, equipment operators. We have huge sales teams in each market. We've got our corporate staff, anywhere from administrative support all the way up. So plenty of opportunity at the company all the way around in each market.
Well, appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here and a big supporter of Friday Night Rivals. Thank you so much. Let's send it back upstairs. Watch the rest of this quarter.
Trooper Bob, thanks so much. 3rd and 15. Rivers on the roll. He's got one man to beat to the corner, beats him down the sidelines, picks up an extra 8.
He just kind of glides, Dean. Doesn't even look like he's running hard. He just kind of turns it on at the end to get the extra yardage to pick up that Plum Pro plus first down. But once again, you think you have him bottled up, and his ability to escape. He's kind of like Houdini to get down the sidelines and keep this drive alive for the Stags.
That's a 20-yard pickup by Rivers. You know, I was watching a little bit of this documentary of one of the greatest college quarterbacks ever.
Let me guess. He wears number 10.
V.Y. Rivers back, rolls out right, loves to be right. He's got a man wide open down the field. He's got 2 of them down the field. This one, though, intercepted by number 9, Jackson Ray. Boy, he missed Jonathan Mitchell cutting across on a long post. He'll go back and look at that film and go, missed it. But a great play by
Mr. Ray. You know what, Dean? That's a tough throw. That was in the triple coverage. He was trying to hit his wide receiver. It would have taken an absolute perfect throw for Rivers to complete that one. Like you said, the crossing route was wide open, but he won it all this time over through his intended wide receiver, Elijah Mitchell, and as a result, the Fort will take over for their third possession.
Yeah, principal. You know that guy.
Yeah, Mathis Burnett.
Looks like he can still play.
He transferred from Stratford as the athletic director, and now
Or the
principal
athletic,
here
yeah.
at Fort Dorchester, and doing a great job here at the Fort.
3 and out last series by Fort Dorchester. Let's see if they can get something rolling here. Rivers looks. He's going to roll to his left. He's got sideline to work with. And he's going to take a hit at about the 25. Love that. Oh, a little bump. Let's go. And here comes a flag. I think that will be the 6th penalty on Berkeley this quarter.
Yeah, that time Chance Coleman, I believe, the guilty party. Too much jawing after the play. You made the big hit on the sideline. Get back to the huddle. Act like you've been there before. That's what they say. Hey, I got more coming for you, but you don't have to verbalize that. Handle your business, go back. As a result, he just cost his team 15 yards.
I think there was mutual jawing going on, but I think he made contact with him.
You know, somewhat of a rivalry game. It's kind of lost its luster a little bit, Dean. But, you know, these guys are going to talk. They're going to jaw. There's a short drive down the 52 between Berkeley and Fort Dorchester. And, again, Berkeley, you know, they saw the film last week. They thought they could come in here and bully Fort Dorchester. And Fort's not having it today. So Fort is putting up a fight. But I agree with you, Dean. This is a big drive. You got good field position. You got to start getting some points on the board to kind of stay in this game with the high-powered offense of the Stags.
A little equipment problem maybe in the backfield. Play clock at 35, 25 on the game clock. 1st and 10 from the 40 for Rivers. He's going to give it up to his running back. He'll lose about 3 yards. That was Liam Chapman, the sophomore.
Copeland president on the stop, also Aiden president. So I believe the other Stag was Avery Everett. Those three had roll call at the football, and unless Fort wants to, that'll be the final play, Dino, of our first quarter.
Yeah, I'm going to let this run out if I'm
Sean.
Coach Sean for sure. They got a little bit of momentum on their side. Down 8-0 at home to a very, very talented Berkeley and experienced Berkeley Stags team. Just 3 seniors on this Fort Dorchester team, but they don't care. They're defending the Fort tonight. You're watching Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Velocity Power Sports.
We encourage you to visit jetspizza.com. Jets Pizza, better because it has to be. This is also a great time to stop by the Stokes Mazda 10 and get signed up. We're going to announce the contestant coming up in the second quarter. You'll be kicking to win at halftime and a chance to win a brand new Stokes Mazda for the next year. So stop by the Stokes Mazda 10. Remember, if you're 17 and younger, you'll have a chance to kick for $1,000 cash. Our thanks to Stokes Mazda for their support throughout the year. Get signed up right now to kick to win with Stokes Mazda. We will start the second quarter with the Patriots second down and 12 at their own 38-yard line. Once again, Friday Night Rivals, broadcasting tonight's game live on MyTV Charleston and on YouTube. They have a slate of games all season long, so Friday nights, check out Friday Night Rivals on MyTV Charleston. We also want to remind you, Patriot fans, next Friday night, your Patriots go on the road at the Goose Creek Gators. Kickoff time is set for 7:30, so go on the road and follow your Patriots at Goose Creek next Friday night. Remember, if you can't make the game, you can always listen to the game on the Fort Dorchester Sports Radio Network
Welcome back to the fort. One of the better entrances you'll see in all of high school football. The team brought in on a bus with a police escort and then ushered onto the field in a cloud of fog. That's what they're trying to put on the Stags right now. 8-0 Berkeley. Touchdown in the first quarter, followed by a 2-point conversion.
If you're Coach Lorenzano, you have to be pleased. Only down one possession. You've had some penalties that kind of negated some drives, but still in the football game.
There you go. He wants to lift it out. Throws it just past the fingertips of Aiden Rutledge. Rutledge beat his man, did he not?
He did, Dino. He was a couple of steps behind the defender. I think Fort Dorchester kind of caught that DB looking in the backfield. That's really their first attempt down the field all night. That's why you got to keep your head on the swivel and not get caught looking in the backfield. So just need to take a little bit off.
Give it a little bit more float.
Yeah, a little same situation last week. Coach Lorenzano said that they missed the touchdown by just inches.
Love the play call, though. Have it 3rd and 12 now from 38. Had one nice run earlier, taken off the board by a penalty. Rivers up the middle. He's going to throw it across the middle. He's got a man at the 45 down to the 42-yard line. That was number 6, Devin Gates, junior wide receiver. One Rivers just looked like the other Rivers. Breaking pocket, sucking in the defense, finds an open man.
And Marshawn Portier, the freshman with the big hit.
And a flag down.
I was going to say, it looks like the officials are talking, but you're right. Nice job stepping up in the pocket. Kind of a jump throw there. Hit his intended receiver right on the numbers. Big play, but let's see if it will stand. And early indications is it will not.
Yeah, walking backwards is. What's the hand behind the back sign?
That means he was over the line of scrimmage when he threw it. So lost it down, and the penalty makes it 4th down.
Can we get a Knights Company replay on that? Let's see just what that looked like.
So it looks like the ball was at the 40-yard line. Well, no.
It was at the 38. It was 3rd and 12. So they said that he was over the line of scrimmage when he released the football.
So it looks like Fort Dorchester is going to send the punt team out. And that'll be the story up to this point for Fort Dorchester. They've had some positive plays, had some good plays, but they keep shooting themselves in the foot with the penalties.
Mario Marston back. Another penalty flag down.
Prior to the play.
What do we have here? We have a false start.
We officially have crossed the path of more penalties than points. Actually,
no, we have.
We're getting close to penalties and total yards.
I think we have 11 penalties right now.
Yikes.
So this is going to be 4th and about Dorchester Road.
Or actually frustrate.
Yeah, this ball backs up. Marston with a nice kick. Really well done. Bounces at the 38-yard line, going to be out of bounds. The coach is going to spot it for the referee. That's very kind of him. But the ref is going to walk up down to the 35, and that's where he'll spot the ball. What a great punt by Mario Marston to get the Patriots out of trouble.
Yeah, that's back-to-back solid punts by the Patriots, and because of that, that's what's keeping them in the game.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, a performance from your Fort Dorchester High School Marching Patriots. Official timeout on the field. Your Patriots once again wants to thank our friends at Jets Pizza, known for their crispy, cheesy edges with the Detroit-style pizza with dough and sauce made fresh in-house every morning, hand-grated cheese, hand-chopped veggies. Order your pizza at jetspizza.com, and thank you, Jets Pizza, for sponsoring this home opener Teacher Appreciation Night here at Fort Dorchester High School. Other high school football action tonight in the second quarter, Somerville 14, Hillcrest 7. At the end of the first quarter, Crestwood 7, Goose Creek nothing. In the second quarter, Bishop England 21, Lucy Peckham 7. No other scores in the...
All right, welcome back, everybody. Good crowd here on hand. Earlier in the day, late in the afternoon, storms threatened the area, but pulled in here about 5 o'clock. Rain's cleared out, had overcast skies, breeze coming out of the northwest by about 11 miles an hour.
Dave Williams better watch out. No. You're all on. And we've seen your weather reporting duties. I'll never forget that day, Dean Stevens. You on the desk, and I don't know if the graphics went down or what happened, and you literally drew.
Yes, we did.
The weather
graphics
right there, right on set.
Should have retired right then and there.
Very impressive.
It was great. Yeah. All right, we'll pick it up. 1st and 10 from the 35, 4 receivers, 3 down low, 1 man out of the backfield on the move, and that's where the ball is going to go from Rivers. Good outside blocking by the wide receivers downfield, but I think a flag is thrown for holding.
Yeah, I was about to say nice job by John Cleveland with the block, but he must have had those hands on the outside, those shoulder pads.
Yes.
No shadow dancing, and as a result, it'll be is this our first penalty of the night?
What?
Or 12.
That was the first penalty of the series
of this drive. I don't think we've had a drive.
Wait, what's that one? What was that? It was like a baseball bat hold.
I didn't see that one. I was sidetracked.
Yeah, Google that one. You have stumped the E-Dog.
Yes, on signals. We'll have to ask Mr. Wofford.
All right. So it is 1st and 17, so a spot foul. 15 yards up the middle. Number 44 for Fort Dorchester came flying through. That's Mac Floyd.
You said his name several times tonight, Dean Stevens. He has been all over the field.
He was on the chase.
Nice pursuit from behind. And really give credit to this Fort Dorchester defense. They've kind of stymied this explosive Berkeley offense. Berkeley were able to score on the opening drive, but since then, Fort Dorchester has really done a nice job getting pressure on Rivers, getting in the backfield, disrupting plays. Another 2nd down and long facing the Stags.
So keep it 2nd and 17 from the 28, 9:54 left. Rivers looks right, going to throw it left. Roy just drops it right out in front of his wide receiver. That's the kind of ball. We talk about going from opposite hash mark to the other side of the field. They want to see that. But that is the ball these college coaches love to see. Little swing pass, lay it right out in front. Guy never broke stride.
Yeah, you want to lead him up the field, not throw it to where he is, but where he's going. So nice job that time by Henry leading his wide receiver. Also, nice tackle by Aiden Rutledge.
3rd and 9 from the 36. Fort Dorchester shows blitz, both from the middle and off the edge. And now we're going to get a timeout from Berkeley. So 9:44 left. They're going to take their 2nd timeout of the half. So I have to be very careful, as I learned about karma last week. But I remember doing a game with Jack, and he said something early on in the game that's a critical play.
Right.
And I was like, Jack, it's like in the first quarter with like 10 minutes left. How can it be a critical play? And he looked at me and he goes, oh, we're going to play that way today. I was like, yeah, we're going to play. We play that way at home. Why wouldn't we play it here? But I almost said critical play for this Fort Dorchester defense early on.
To stay in the game, yeah.
To stay in the game.
Because you have to figure eventually the offense is going to get going. They're going to have a big play that's going to re-energize that offense and, possibly tie it up or, cut the lead down to 1. So just like in most sports, when your offense isn't clicking, if you play good defense, that will keep you in the game. That's what Fort Dorchester is doing right now. Another 3rd and long coming up. And here's where Rivers is most dangerous. because we know he can tuck it and take off at any moment.
Because, I think the deal, too, with him is you can put a spy on him, but I think you need 2 spies on him, the way he runs the football. In the shotgun, looks back, rolling right, keeps looking, forced out of the pocket, scrambles,
Here he goes.
does not step out of bounds. There's the hit on the man, throws it to number 7 at the 40-yard line, completes it downfield.
Playmaker.
A lot going on there. Under pressure, rolls out of the pressure, gets smacked in the mouth, completes it 25 yards down the field.
You saw it last week in the Hanahan-Philip Simmons game. The quarterback there for Philip Simmons just continued to make plays. Henry Rivers just kept the play alive, allowing his guy an opportunity to get open. Here's a big play.
That's the split screen, and that is a touchdown, the second of the night for the Berkeley Stags. Your Trident Technical College touchdown, your future, your college.
Give it to John Cleveland. Had the penalty flag early in his possession, the holding. He makes up, Coach, I'm not a blocker, I'm a receiver. Throw me the ball. Let me take it to the house. Stags strike again.
Great blocking downfield to spring him. But again, that ball delivered right on the money.
Not behind him, not too far ahead of him, right at him, which allows him to catch, turn, and run. And that's the big play offense we've seen from Berkeley.
Cam Q. I guess they don't have a field goal kicker. They're going to drop it over the middle. And another 2-point conversion for Berkeley. Make it a 16-0 game.
Yeah, I agree. They must not have a kicker, but why do you need a field goal or extra point kicker when you can score 2 every time?
Our host school grant, sponsored by Knights Companies. Knights Companies and News 4 are proud to present each participating home school a check for $500. The grant provides each school with extra funding to help make their school great. Over the past 16 seasons, Friday Night Rivals and our sponsors have donated more than $170,000 to Low Country students and schools. Congratulations from Knights Companies and News 4. We can check in with Trooper Bob right now.
We're down here on the sidelines with Dr. Burnett. Dr. Burnett, how do you plan on spending this money for the school here?
We got a whole bunch of culture things we're looking to do. We're looking to add some branding around the school, just some things for all our kids to be excited about. Really feel like we want our students to have the best possible experience they can have in high school, and I think this money will help us do that.
Congratulations, $500 to you guys. Let's send it back upstairs.
Culture equals pizza party.
Yeah, for reward good behavior or, doing something extra. And as we talked about, Mathis Burnett, just a solid guy. I've known him for a long time. His days over at Stratford as the athletic director and now in charge of leading the youth here at Fort Dorchester.
Well, when you break down this first half, we go back to our windows of opportunity. And that's brought to you by the window source of the Low Country, is that you could make mistakes here at Fort Dorchester. We've seen the penalty mistakes probably wipe 60 yards
easily
of offense, off the field. But the thing that I loved most about talking to their head coach during our conversation is he talked about having a council made up of players, voted on by the players, that would meet with the coaches. They would go to lunch. Onside kick, that one picked up by the kicker, and that is number 27, Ryland Kerwin. Perfectly executed.
Yeah.
Taps it off the tee, goes the 10 yards, and then collected. Berkeley back with the ball.
Somebody did some film study. They saw maybe the tendency of that Fort Dorchester upline to just simply turn and retreat. And as you see, they quickly turned, and by the time they realized it was too late, Berkeley on the spot. The Stags trying to add to this 2-touchdown lead.
So he loved having this council with the kids because it holds everybody responsible. And he finds that is the culture that they're going to start building. They lost so many players 2 years ago to the transfer portal. I think it was 30. Was it 30?
It was a lot.
It was a ton. They just lost a couple of this year. He knows they're young. He knows they're going to make mistakes, but he knows they're going to fight and battle. Rivers back from the 45, launches this one. He's got it right in the basket. I don't know if Malik Collins got a basket, but he just dropped it in there.
And I literally, Dean, was just about to say, if it were me, I would go for the juggler here on this first play, but I didn't want to interrupt you because you were talking, and lo and behold, Mr. Rivers, now with 3 touchdowns, showing off his arm strength. Boy, is he going to look good over at Patriots Point with that Cougar baseball uniform on, striking people out.
45 yards in the air on the money. And I'm going to tell you something. This was a beautifully thrown ball. It had the loft and was just dropped right in. That is beautiful.
You couldn't throw it any better.
No.
I mean, that's almost one of the situations where you're too wide open. Those are hardest passes to catch sometimes.
Fort Dorchester just called a timeout as they had Berkeley lined up again to go for a 2-point conversion. But, so let me ask you this. Their E. Rivers, let's do this first, then we'll come back to the thought. Want to talk about our educator spotlight. Want to go down to the sidelines. We have our thumbs up guys spotlight. The thumbs up guys, your personal injury law firm, winning cases and winning your trust.
Dr. Burnett, what are some of the exciting things you're doing this year? We're already a couple weeks into the school year.
Well, we've got great programs in CTE and at our whole entire building. We got great arts programs, our athletics. We're doing well. We're working. Obviously, we got to get some points up on the board tonight, but we're still working on that. But overall, we're just having a great time. Our kids have a great day, and our overall goal and vision is that every student have the best possible high school experience they can have. Plus, I get to walk around all day and just have a good time with everybody's kids, man. We learn seeing good things on our social media back and getting our culture and climate going.
And be on a beautiful field, too.
This field is amazing. Unbelievable. Landscaping looks great. Look at the trees, man. It looks awesome.
Keep up the good work, you and your staff and the faculty here at Fort Dorchester. Thank you for all that you do. Send it back upstairs. Rest of the game.
So here's my question. Henry Rivers, what, 6'2"?
That's generous.
6'1"?
We'll go 6'1".
Play football at the next level, yes or no?
We don't have football at the College of Charleston, D.
I didn't say that.
So the answer is no.
McHugh's going to take it. He's going to sprint to the corner. Then he's going to throw the ball. Boy, he's got a big guy down there.
Knocked his helmet off, but still came down with the
Oh, my
catch.
goodness.
There, the acrobatic catch by Ja'Kai Chapman.
I think we'll probably see Ja'Kai Chapman on the basketball court. He went up and got that one like it was a rebound.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, if Clemson came a-calling and they needed a quarterback who could run and throw.
Chad Holbrook texting me in 5, 4, 3.
I'm just saying.
2.
I'm just saying.
I mean, he has all the tools, and you mentioned it, Dina. Last time we've seen someone of kind of reminds you, it is of the carry-on who was so electric in his 4 years here at Fort Dorchester, had an outstanding career at South Carolina as well. But yeah, I don't think any of those football offers came, and maybe because of his size or whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, we know what he can do on the diamond, and that's why he'll be playing at the next level, Division I.
Been a long time since I've seen a high school quarterback throw the ball like this kid.
I mean, and it's just with ease. That's the specialty of it is just how he literally. Some guys have to wind it up and get it all. He just flicks the wrist and it's there.
You know what maybe we'll do? Maybe we'll ask Trooper Bob before he ends the interview with Coach Lodge at the half.
Right.
Last question.
Okay.
What's the farthest you've ever seen this kid throw a football?
Okay. Trooper Bob can hear us down on the sideline, so we can ask him to ask Coach that exact question.
Ball taken at the goal line by Fort Dorchester. Has a seam going to the 20, 25, 30, down to the 35, to the 42-yard line. That's number 1, Aiden Rutledge.
Big return by Aiden Rutledge, the sophomore wide receiver, trying to spark a little life into this Fort Dorchester
Best news
offense.
of the night, Everett.
No penalties.
Thank you. I thought maybe there was a block in the back, but I was like, no, keep it in the pocket, boys.
Now let's see if the Fort can capitalize on this outstanding field position. By far their best field position of the night. He had to kind of go over and catch that over his shoulders. Good blocking by Fort Dorchester on the kickoff return team, and Fort trying to make a little noise here at Bagwell Stadium. Also, Steve LaPrade Field, the legend coach who really put Fort Dorchester on the map.
Ooh, avoids the first 2 tacklers, but can't get away from the next 2. That's a running back, number 21, Liam Chapman.
You know your last name, when you got a last name as great as number 32.
I was wondering about that.
Avery Everett.
Yeah.
You know he's a bad man.
We've
said his name several times. The senior linebacker out there just handling his business, not really allowing this Fort Dorchester offense to get on track.
Do you think when he walks down the hallways at Berkeley High School, people look at him and they go, "What's up, E-Dog?"
No.
Hi, E-Dog.
There's only one E-Dog.
How's your day, E-Dog?
They call him Mr. Everett at Berkeley.
All right, 2nd and 11. Fort needing a first down here. 8:19 on the clock. Going to look left. Going to step up in the pocket. Going to be taken down under that white crush.
Right now, this defense starting to really feel itself as Chance Coleman, the junior defensive lineman.
Malik Croker comes off the bottom of that pile.
And isn't it so funny, Dean, how when offense has big play after big play, then that kind of energizes the defense. All of a sudden, now they're flying around. And I'm Berkeley. Hey, we shut out Stratford last week. We're trying to go for back-to-back shutouts. What would that be a start of your first 2 games? You get shutout wins against Stratford and Fort Dorchester.
Rivers tosses it over the middle, a little screen pass. Going to pick just back to the line of scrimmage, make it 4th and 10.
And Mashawn Porcia there again. You could tell the defensive linemen, they started the rush, Dean, and when they saw the screen being developed, they stopped, turned, and ran. That's great discipline by that front 4 of Berkeley as they snuffed that screen out with no problem.
Marston back for his 4th punt of the night. This one be snapped from the 42-yard line. Snap well done. It's got some space. Gets a nice boot, gets some air under it, floats down. That is off of a Berkeley player. That's a live ball. And everybody, there was late reaction to it. Boy, Ford had an opportunity to pick it up in prime territory. Boy, proud of Mario Marston tonight. Coming back from that early punt. Has 3 great wins in a row. But this game dominated by the Stags right now. 24 to nothing. Watch some night. Friday Night Lights. Our sports, we're back. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at this night's company replay. Calls a fair catch. Yep, and there was a little bit of interference there by Javion Richardson, but not called. In fact, they're going to move this ball all the way back to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Kick-catch interference should have been – ball should have been moved the other way. So what
maybe there was
I didn't see the penalty flag, but clearly Berkeley did something wrong as they were penalized, as you mentioned, Dean, now starting, at the 15.
Maybe there was some conversation on the Berkeley sidelines about the missed call that the officials didn't appreciate. Well, it's 1st and 10 for the 15. We're going to have a offsides. It's going to be 1st and 15 from the 10. which just allows us to see how far Mr. Rivers can throw a football.
Yeah, Mr. Rivers tonight, 7 for 9, 1 interception, 176 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Stags so far with 193 yards of offense. Meanwhile, Fort Dorchester only 31 yards on 14 plays.
They struggled last week against Beckham, 74 total, but Coach Sean was telling us, loved the effort, loved what he saw in the second half. Going to have an opportunity to do the same thing now. Rivers going to hand this one right up the gut. Boy, a lot of shoulder popping in there. Breaks to the outside. Great run by number 21, Bryson McGee.
And those will come as a shocker, Dean, but there's a penalty flag on the play. I think it was thrown in the area of holding because it was in the secondary.
Which is good news on 2 fronts for Fort Dorchester.
Holding against Berkeley.
I've never seen that as a holding call. I think he's usually grabbed the wrist, but it was that was the earlier call. It looked like the baseball bat hold. When they go back and watch the film on this play, there were a couple defenders. It was like bumper cars a little bit in there. Wrap up, bring them down.
And if you're the Berkeley coaching staff, you are not pleased with the penalties tonight. Unofficially, that's the 6th penalty for 56 yards for Berkeley. And that really is the only thing that has really been a negative for the Stags here tonight.
It's 1st and 7 now. Another handoff up the middle. Same guy, same result. This time to the left side. Bryson McGee said, Henry, give me the ball.
Yeah, there to wrestle down Devin Gates as well as Jackson Ray for the Patriots. About to say right now, Berkeley just flexing their muscles in the run game. They know that they can throw it. Now they're running it up and down the field.
They're going to throw it again this time to the outside. Good open field tackle down there by number 25, I believe.
Aiden Mansell, the sophomore DB. And again, you talked about it, Dean. Keep hearing sophomore, freshman, junior, a very young Fort Dorchester football team. The key to them and their success is really building a program, is having everyone stay in the program and not people jump ship. So I feel if Coach Larizano can keep these kids together this year, next year, and the year after, he's got a chance to really get this Fort program back on track.
Rivers handed off and again. This time the Blues swarm 3 of them, throwing them down at the 35-yard line. Progress stopped at the 40. By the way, first downs brought to you by Plum Pro Plus, serving the Low Country's HVAC and plumbing needs for 20-plus years.
Yeah, Isaiah Fields, defensive lineman, again, another sophomore in the middle of that action for Fort Dorchester, getting his big paws out and stopping that run. So big 3rd down. We've seen Berkeley have a lot of success on these 3rd down plays. Berkeley 4 for 4 on 3rd down thus far.
About 3rd and 7 can do so much. Well, I think we're just going to hold off a minute and throw a flag.
Another penalty flag. It's almost as if Berkeley's trying to
back this one up again.
Pad their stats. Let's back it up so we can get 5 more yards on this play.
Well, let's take a look at it this way. Next week, Berkeley is at St. James. And then they go Somerville, Northwestern, Wando, Carolina Forest, Goose Creek, Cane Bay, Socastee. You can't afford in some of those games to have 9 penalties in the first half.
Correct. And that's what Eric Lodge is
Davis going to roll out, stops, pressured, says, see you later. That's a holding call right there. And there's the flag on the holding call at the 38-yard line. Just going to give Rivers another opportunity to show us a little bit of magic. Player down at the 28-yard line. That's number 58, Jackson Gibson, junior offensive lineman.
It's got to be frustrating for the defense because you think you have them corralled. You think you got them bottled up, and then out of nowhere, Houdini just escapes. And he just takes off and starts running. And, you just can't get him on the ground. But fortunately for Fort Dorchester, personal foul looks like against Berkeley.
Well, when you talk about Rivers, right? When you talk about Rivers, he is not a babbling brook. He is a raging river.
Yes. I see what you did there. Good job.
Yeah, I got a long way to come back from last week, kid. I'm like 24 games back going into week 2. All right, we're going to head to the break. Let them take care of the young man on the field. When we come back, it'll be 3rd and 12 from the 35. 24-0, Berkeley in control.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
He's got some room out to the 35 to the 40 and runs right into the kicker. The ball pops free. Boy, a major league collision right there, just shy of the 45-yard line.
I am no longer going to be critical of kickers. Faking the toss, and it's a handoff to Vaughn. Scooting around the 25, Vaughn cutting infield, reversing to the far side. Jacob Vaughn across the 30, 15, 5, all the way. Wow! What design and what a run. 90 yards to pay dirt.
Davis running a slant. They're going to try to hit him, and he caught it.
All right, we're back quickly. Rivers scrambling around. Bad snap.
Quarterback Henry Rivers on the scramble.
And for the first time tonight, Dean.
Stopped.
Yeah, the Stags don't convert on 3rd down, so good job there by the Patriots, finally getting this Berkeley offense off the field. Still plenty of time left. It's, under 4 minutes, or I should say 4:02 left to play here in the first half. So an opportunity to maybe get some momentum, try to get some points on the board.
We may want to have a conversation, too, with Trooper Bob before he starts this interview with Eric Lodge, because this may be the most angriest head coach on a Friday night up 24-0 with what's going on penalty-wise. All right, here we go. 45-yard average last week. Down to the 40. Oh, collected by number 14, Javion Richardson, and then taken down immediately after the catch.
Copeland, president. Hello, Mr. President. On the spot there to lower the boom was Mr. President.
I see what you're saying.
And he couldn't time that any perfectly. I mean, had he gotten there a second early, would have been a penalty flag. And give credit to Fort Dorchester and Dominique Blue for not calling for a fair catch. Kept us on the ball, able to field it, and save some field possession by not letting the ball bounce and then take a roll.
There you go. All right, let's see what Fort Dorchester can do here.
Copeland back on the field. I guess he was looking for some Gatorade and, couldn't find any, so he's back on the field.
Sire Rivers, the quarterback. Fort Dorchester struggled last week collecting yardage. This one, swing pass on the outside. Nice throw.
Oh, my.
Big hit. Large hit by number 31, Rynell Richardson.
You got a good-looking, that's a DB, a junior DB, good size, able to lower the boom, and yeah, that's back-to-back big hits for Berkeley. And that defense is really starting to feel itself now, starting to fly around on the football field and trying to punish Fort Dorchester.
Jaden Lee, though, I'm going to tell you why I love this kid. Yeah, just pop up, and he did. Clean hit, big hit, 2nd and 11 now for the home team. Rivers looks pressured, going to be sacked, thrown for about a 15, 18-yard loss.
Yeah, Malik Crocker also on the stop was, again, Chance Coleman. Chance doing it on both sides. And that pressure just too much for that Fort Dorchester offensive line to hold off.
Sometimes it's the little things that I like to see. Your team's down 24-0. Your quarterback gets crushed. And number 21, running back Liam Chapman, runs over, picks him up, right? See it on basketball, guys on the floor, people go help him up.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's a young Fort Dorchester team. It's growing pains. They're having to learn to play football at one of the bigger schools, the biggest stage against one of the top teams in the state, definitely in the low country. That's how you get better, by going through these trials and tribulations, and they're only going to get better by playing these types of games early on.
Yeah, just 3 seniors on this team. In fact, the last time these two teams played, that was back in 2023, just 3 years ago. Fort D beat Berkeley 52-0.
Yeah.
52-0. So this is Coach Lorenzo's 3rd year First year he comes in from down in Florida.
And go get me a cone of ice.
You want one of those?
Actually, believe it or not, Dean, we don't really need it tonight. I mean, it's not
It's
hot
comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nice up here in the booth. Got a little AC unit going on.
There you go.
Trees. Nice. This really is from a scenic standpoint, Dean. Mathis Burnett was correct.
Yeah, he really likes the trees.
Yeah, over there in the end zone in the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
Nice facilities here at John Bagwell Stadium. And again, you see Steve LaPrade Field on the field. You think of all the great players.
I was about to say,
here.
back in the day, their defensive line, they were trees. Right?
Dunlap. You had Quinn.
Yeah.
You had Byron Maxwell in the secondary. You had Darrell Barry, played tight end at Clemson. DeCarrion Joyner, obviously, at South Carolina. They've had some okay football players here at Fort Dorchester.
There we go. Rivers going to roll out. Got a man. Let it loose. Boy, that thing blocked.
Wow.
That was number 5, Marshawn Porsche. Used to be a pretty good Porsche that played around here. By the way, Marshawn Porsche, freshman.
Yeah. Yeah. Talking about Robert Porsche, who's NFL Hall of Famer. Had a long career at the Detroit Lions, but great pursuit here. And look at the athleticism, the breakdown, stop, time the jump. Only thing he didn't do was locate the ball earlier, catch it, and run it into the end zone.
Okay.
But unfortunately for Fort Dorchester, now you have to punt the ball back to Berkeley. The punting has been outstanding the last 3 possessions. But what you don't necessarily want is to give the ball back to Henry Rivers with 2 minutes left on the clock.
All right. He just needed a little bit more room to let it loose. I had somebody just texted me, said, Dean, the signal is for a blindside block. I don't know which signal it was. We've had a few of them. I appreciate that. Mr. Shorter. That ball.
All out rush.
Struggling. Got problems. Going to kick it on the run? No, he's going to throw the ball. Yeah, throws it out. Can't find anybody.
And that's the worst possible outcome.
Well, I would like to just defend his position. Fumbling in the end zone and recovered by the other team would be the worst.
That's true, too. And unfortunately, he couldn't get enough space to where he could try to attempt a rugby-style kick to maybe get it out, but he couldn't do it. As we take a look here at the snap, just another low snap. So maybe in that situation, he may need to take a step or two forward.
Yep.
That would kind of cut down on the one-hoppers that have been, rolled back to him. But, I mean, they really have not had any issues. Unfortunately on that one, comes at the worst time, and now you give a short field to Henry Rivers.
Oh, what a great play by number 9, Jackson Ray. Called his name a couple of times. Ray saw what was coming, jumped the ball, and he is cramping. Boy, oh boy, he would have been off and running. I don't know. He did jump the route. Watch how quick. He sees exactly what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Almost as if he were the intended receiver. You see Coach Lodge up at top. Clearly he did not like that play call. But very fortunate for Berkeley that you're right. He did not jump that and catch that cleanly and take it to the house. And he's really had, in terms of Jackson Ray, he's had a solid game tonight. Wide receiver, also a DB. We've said his name several times on the defensive side of the football. So good job of reading that particular play.
Yeah, it's funny. We saw a lot of cramping last week. Little warmer. But when was the last time you had a cramp?
2 nights ago.
Seriously,
honestly, yeah, just woke up in the middle of the night, and
it was like somebody shot you in the calf.
Like, how do you get a
You're
Charlie
like,
horse in the middle of the night?
Did you shoot me with an arrow in my calf?
Had to walk it off. Had to walk it around the house, and went and got some. Didn't have any pickle juice, so I just chugged some water and just kind of stretched it out at 3:22 in the morning, and went back to sleep. It's just what 52-year-olds do these days, Dean. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, man.
I heard it said not too long ago, it is the only ism that we all have, and that is ageism.
Yes.
And when you're popping cramps in the middle of the night.
It catches up to you. It really does. And so, we talked to Danielle earlier about the hydration.
Yep.
Not that humid tonight, but still, you got to hydrate, man.
What was the kind of water we talked about last week?
Actually, Trooper Bob, I was talking to him before the game. He actually has one. Yeah. I think it's Bana, B-A-N-A.
Bana water. Danielle said that it was a Low Country ER doctor that created it and started the company.
Well, there we go. So now we know
How about that?
Yeah, they can.
The origin of the Bana water.
But apparently it's great. I mean, gives you everything you need in terms of being able to rehydrate. So, maybe if Trooper Bob is down there and still has that.
Do you think he's chugging the Bana water?
Maybe so that he doesn't catch a cramp at 3:23 in the morning.
He's still a young man.
But yeah, so apparently it is good for the student athletes. It kind of helps them with recovery and not getting to this. So this is our first cramping issue of the night. We talked about it last week, Dean. It was very prevalent. It was a little more muggy last week.
So what Danielle shared with me is that the name Bana, so BA, came from the table chemistry. BA is barium, Na is sodium.
Okay.
And that is the two ingredients that creates the Bana water.
And it was here in Mount Pleasant, which is pretty interesting.
How about that? We don't want to stand up to be on camera because A, the windows are foggy because it's very cold in this room. And B, if we stand up, we may cramp.
Full of muscle standing up. Okay, we'll stand. Where's Tim? There's Tim. Over there. I don't know.
My man Tim.
Fennell.
Hello. This, by the way, what is that? See that on TV? What is that?
That's the pageant wave.
That's the parade wave.
Yeah, the parade wave.
Yeah.
Or what's her name? Beyonce.
Oh, yeah?
In her video.
Hey, listen, Tim Fennell, guy up on the scissor lift. Been around here since I was hired here in 90.
A long time ago.
Right? Putting together an awesome documentary now on Middleton, the old Middleton Razorbacks. This is his last game tonight.
No, I didn't know that.
He is. So Tim also suffering a little bit from ageism, having a knee replacement. Rivers, by the way, from the 35, back to the game, throws this one up. Got to be in the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Oh, I thought he caught that with like one foot to spare. But good job. Another tight throw, I should say, by Henry Rivers. But, best of luck to Tim Fennell.
To our man. He's the best. Remember, he's Chick-fil-A. Yeah, hey, the cookie in there, Tim, is excellent.
Well, my question is,
what?
If he's having a knee replacement and he's just standing in the lift, can't we just wheel him onto the lift and lift the scissors?
I know.
Take a look at this.
Knights Company's replay. Let me just flick this to the back of the end zone.
Tight spiral.
35 yards. He's back again. This time he's got a man out on the flats. Going to cut it inside, then go outside down to the 11-yard line. That is number 21, Bryson McGee.
This quick strike offense of Berkeley, smelling blood in the water. They want to try to extend this lead, kind of put this thing to bed early on. If they can get another 6 or 3 on this drive, with what we've seen from this Fort Dorchester offense so far here in the first half, it would be very difficult for them to kind of get back into this contest. So
we've talked about Tim's medical concerns for the other people. And by the way, this is the Roper St. Francis Red Zone. Roper St. Francis, healthcare for a life lived here. First and goal from the 6. Ball inside, going to be cut to the outside. Tiptoe.
Oh, my.
Tow truck, dump truck, trucks into the end zone for the touchdown for the Berkeley Stags.
What a run by Bryson McGee, the sophomore running back. Look out. Who's that man wearing number 21? I mean, he saw a defender at the line of scrimmage, and he won that battle. As we take a look here at the Knights Company's replay, lower your head, 29. You got to get lower. Touchdown, Berkeley.
It's going to be tough to get lower on that little guy who's got packs a punch. Now, I will tell you, I don't know if you're allowed to take your helmet off while you're still on the field in high school football. And it would be one of the first type of penalty flags we have seen for that.
Yes, I believe that would be unsportsmanlike conduct.
And there's a flag right there.
Penalty flag on the play.
So I wonder, Dean.
That's delay a game.
It has to be. I believe you mentioned it earlier. They just don't have a kicker on the roster, because surely they wouldn't be going for 2 when you're up, 30-0. So maybe they lost their kicker. Looks like Rylan Kerwin is listed as the kicker, but they're going to have to go for 2 again.
That's taken down short.
Get to the pylon. No.
To the goal line. Great effort on the outside. That was by number 28, Mario Marston. Or 26. Should be 26, Ryan Simmons.
That makes the score Berkeley 30.
So Eric Lodge, you see the head coach of Berkeley. And you mentioned it earlier, Dean. Yes, it's 30-0 now. You're up against a young Fort Dorchester team that's just really still trying to find their way and kind of get that Fort Dorchester swagger back.
Right.
But if you're Berkeley, you have bigger aspirations. You want to play deep into November. You want to practice, on Thanksgiving Day and play there in December for a state title. It's the mental mistakes that's going to cost you from advancing further and further in the playoffs. No,
Right.
you'll never play a perfect game, but it's the avoidable penalties, the personal fouls, the lining up offside. Those are the ones that I'm sure Coach Lodge is going to want to clean up. And when you put that on film, it's good for a coach because, we won, leading 30-0 right now. They go on to win this game. You kind of have that sense of, we can't be beat, but team guys, we're still making mistakes. That's what we got to clean up each and every week.
And for Coach Lorenzano, it's going to be simply this is a gut check. How do we come out? How do we respond? And I think that he knows they're going to just keep plugging away.
Yeah.
Playing with a short stick, fighting with it, or they're going to keep swinging it.
Don't play the scoreboard. Play as if the score were 0-0. That's
right.
how you get better.
This ball taking a 30-yard line. We got a little bit of fun going on here to the 45, down to the 50. That is number 34 for the Patriots, Dominique Blue, the freshman. Saying, let's go, boys. 1:08 left. Let's put some numbers on the board.
Dylan Howard with the touchdown-saving tackle on the kickoff return. As you mentioned it, Dean, he saw the end zone, but Dominique Blue not able to reach the blue of the Patriots in the end zone. But a great return. They'll start all the way in Berkeley territory, their best field position. Dean, they're going to start this at the 41-yard line of the Stags.
39.
Oh, on the other side.
39. It is foggy in here, isn't it?
Actually, it is the 41. I don't think you can get those glasses for me.
Oh, yeah. Messiah Rivers, I see that. Throws a nice pitch and catch down to the 30-yard line.
Well, what would it do for this?
By the way, number 1, Aiden Rutledge. And by the way, I'm sensing elder abuse in this booth right now.
Dean, how big would it be for Fort Dorchester if they could get some points going into the locker room? Just have something positive happen.
That's what I love about Blue's return. Man, he was fighting, going for it. 53 seconds left. Patriots still got 2 timeouts left. 4 wide receiver set, 1 running back. And remains Chapman. Pressure, throw to the outside. Can't get a release. That's Aaron Feaster, I believe.
I think he was trying to run the wheel route and kind of cut his route off. As Rivers kind of threw it to the spot.
Yep. I think if that goes anywhere shorter than that, that's intercepted.
Well, it's 3rd and short. Fort does still have a timeout left, so they can absolutely run the football here to pick up the first down. Obviously, you got 2 plays to pick up a first down here. But if you do, you got to hurry and get to the line of scrimmage.
That's right. 3rd and 1. Looks like a broken play. Rivers going to take it inside. Doesn't. They are going to spot it just ahead of the 31-yard line. Past it. Yep. To the 30. The clock will stop. 31. My nightmare now. 31 seconds on the clock.
Well, if you're Fort now, you got to hustle. You got to be at the line of scrimmage ready to go. That clock is now moving. You want to save that timeout. in the event of a sack.
Rivers looks right, gonna throw that way. Nice grab, boy, that was beautiful.
Yes.
By Aiden Rutledge. And gets out of bounds. Clock stops with 16 seconds left.
Great coverage by Berkeley, but just a better throw and catch. As you mentioned, Rivers able to connect with Rutledge, and that was a dart. He threw that one right on the money. Tight spiral there, got both toes in bounds, stepped out of bounds, stopped the clock. Nice play by Fort Dorchester.
Rutledge, Simmons, Gates, wide receivers. Rivers going to go deep back into the end zone. He's got a man. He's got Aiden Rutledge. And what an answer. Down 30-0. It's not let's pack the bags, boys. Let's get the Fort a-rockin'. And they do, scoring with 12 seconds left.
And for the first time in the 2026 season, the extra point block team will come on the field for Berkeley. That's their first points they've given up all year. That's a Trident Technical College touchdown. That's how you respond to adversity. Boy, that's something that Fort Dorchester can build on.
That's a huge change, right?
Even if you don't come back and win this game, that's stuff that coach can put on tape and say, guys, look what we can do when we're locked in. Everyone executes and does their job.
Ball down. Kick is good. 30-7. We'll keep it right here for the final 12 seconds. But without question, if you go back and look, and they will tomorrow, at all the mistakes and all of the momentum spoiled by a flag, by a hold, by a delay of game, by an offsides.
And it's kind of a repeat of what happened last week at Lucy Beckham. Coach Lorenzano was saying they got off to a bad start and never really could fully recover. He saw a lot of positives in the second half. So, again, a slow start here tonight. Sometimes not necessarily how you start, but how you finish. That was a huge drive. They took advantage of the outstanding field position. Now let's see if Fort, again, still 12 seconds left, so you can't rest on your laurels. You got to get down there and cover this kickoff. You don't want Berkeley to swing the momentum back on their side with a big return.
Yeah, that was awesome. Smokes Comfort Control Stats Update, guaranteed comfort for life since 1962. And that stat was the long run on the kickoff return by number 34, Dominique Blue. 34 is a very important number in our life. Earl Campbell, 34. Akeem Olajuwon, 34. Nolan Ryan, 34.
Right, since all these Texas people. Take a look at our Smokes Comfort Control, actually our Knights Company replay here. Take a look again at the touchdown throw money. Seen some big-time throws tonight by both Rivers. Both quarterbacks doing a great job. Man, Riley Milligan on the camera tonight. Riley, a student down at the College of Charleston.
Senior at the College of Charleston.
I worked with him a lot, so it's good to see him here.
You know what I love about that kid? He's always around.
Well, he always wants to work. He wants
always
to
working.
Get better, and that's how you do it.
I'm going to have him come up at halftime and wash our windows down because we've got some.
That's why I have to look at the monitor, Dean, so you don't have to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, we've got some. I need Dave Williams here to help me out. Oh, ball fielded, touched in the end zone, and it becomes a dead ball.
I think if you're Coach Lodge, you just simply take a knee here, go to the locker room, you're up 30-7, and I am in agreement with you. I can't wait to hear this halftime interview of just how Coach Lodge, despite being up by 23 points, just his team's kind of mental let down there in the last 30 seconds of the first half, and just all the penalties is unofficially Berkeley tonight. 10 penalties
in the first half
for a 166 yards.
No.
Fort Dorchester, 4 penalties for just 18 yards.
Wow.
And despite 166 yards of penalties, Berkeley still has 268 yards of total offense.
Trooper Bob, tread lightly, my friend.
And they just got another penalty. How do you get delay a game?
I don't know.
When you come on the field and just say take a knee.
Yeah. I would like to know what the message is at the half. Or what the tone will be. Whoo. Well, 30-7. I would say that Henry Rivers is worth the price of admission. he has been something else to watch. And I am buying Fort Dorchester, and even when we talked to the head coach this week, believed everything he said about turning this program around. And I think we just saw it in the last 2 minutes of the game. You see Coach Lodge walking with Mario, Super Mario with a red hat, getting ready to go speak with Trooper Bob. And I'm going to be honest with you, he didn't look like he really wanted to walk and do an interview.
Yeah, you know, he preaches excellence, getting better each and every day. And while his team does have a commanding 30-7 lead, still not pleased, I'm sure, with that effort.
Let's go down to Trooper Bob with Coach Lodge. Trooper Bob?
Down here on the field with Coach. Coach, even with that score, you still have a commanding lead, 30-7. Are you happy with your team's performance so far?
I mean, I think we're performing pretty well. The secondary's got to step up. But, I mean, all in all, we got to clean the penalties up. But 75% of these are not penalties. I don't understand. We got a kick-catch interference they don't call. They're calling holdings that aren't holdings. They called false start. Nobody's set, so I don't understand.
Coach, are you happy with your ground game?
I mean, I'm happy with the whole game except for the penalty aspect. That's it.
Coach, thank you very much for your time. Best of luck in the second half. Yes, sir. I wanted to add number 9 that came off the field for Fort Dorchester is dealing with cramping. Their athletic staff says he's getting treated. He's going to be okay. I want to tell you, their players are getting this 16-ounce solution if needed. And 4 of them, they tell me, is equivalent to just getting an IV bag completely. So they're taking care of their players on the Fort Dorchester side also. I'll send it back to you guys upstairs.
Every Patriot game, get signed up to kick to win.
Of what was going on down at that sideline, especially on the punt, was that he was not happy with some of the calls. But right now it's 30-7 lead Dorchester with a late score. Put a little excitement back into this crowd. We've got a halftime show. Some of that back to this.
Every Fort Dorchester game. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the bands of Fort Dorchester Marching Patriots. The bands of Fort Dorchester Marching Patriots are under the direction of Cameron Watkins and Ian Mahaffey, along with staff members Haley Avernell, Stephen Mack, Callie Hall, Maurice Medley, Marlon Kenner, Jacob Abarbanel, Jackson Norris, and Emily Kalana. Tonight, they will be performing selections from their 2026 competitive is a visual and musical journey through Newton's laws of motion. Equal but opposite.
Welcome to the Willow Gray Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Fort Dorchester and our Will Lou Gray Halftime Report. Will Lou Gray Opportunity School gives us 14 weeks, and we will help you build a brighter future. Well, each week the Thumbs Up guys are proud to highlight a scholar athlete from each participating school. The students selected will have an opportunity to win a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. And tonight's scholar athletes are from Berkeley High School, Amani McCray, a 3.571 GPA, two-time state champion, back-to-back volleyball and basketball, all region for 4 years. As for her involvement in the community, she's involved. She helps promote our Hoops for Hunger campaign, volunteers for the girl basketball mini clinics and the co-ed basketball camps, also volunteers at the 3Gs, God, Gifted Girls, and also is part of the summer camp at Monk's Corner Baptist Church. Congratulations to Amani McCray. From Fort Dorchester High School, Britton Floyd, a 4.803 GPA. She is a 2025 and 2026 South Carolina 5A All-State Soccer Team Selection, 2026 Region Player of the Year, varsity captain for 2025 and 2026, and she, too, involved in the community. She's a youth soccer referee. She's also a volunteer for the Fort Dorchester Athletic Department, works at the Chick-fil-A, and also is a sports camp counselor at PPA. Congratulations to both Amani and Britton Floyd.
Joined now by Brandon and Jeff from the Thumbs Up Guys, talking Scholar Athlete. They are the presenting sponsor again, another year. It's football season. It's not cold yet, but while we're talking football, how excited are you guys for the season?
Oh, I mean, it's the best part of the year, in my opinion. You know, I mean, summer's great, but I'm always looking forward to the end of summer, so the kickoffs on Friday, Saturday night start happening. It's the highlight of my year.
Yeah, and when we give out this check at the end of the year, there's always a lot of good feelings. Last year at Fort Dorchester, what an amazing night that was.
Absolutely. You know, you meet the families and you hear their stories, and then you realize it's not just that one kid, it's their grandmom, it's their sister, it's their mom, and just how, impactful these checks can be for these students, and being able to go to that next level and extend their career. Jeff got to extend his in college. I unfortunately ended at high school. And so to be able to see these athletes take it to the next level and compete is an amazing thing to be able to help out with.
Absolutely. Brandon and Jeff from the Thumbs Up Guys, presenting sponsors of our Scholar Athlete here on Friday Night Rivals.
We will be back with more from the Will Lou Gray Halftime Report. Welcome to the Will Lou Gray Halftime Report.
Welcome back to to the Will Lou Gray halftime report. We just got to hear from the Fort Dorchester High School Band, and also tonight an opportunity to hear from the cheer squads. So first up, let's listen to the Fort Dorchester cheerleaders. Delta Force All-Stars cheer of the game. Thanks for participating, being part of our team every Friday night. Unfortunately, the Berkeley cheerleaders not able to be here tonight, but you can still go cast a vote for the Delta Force All-Stars cheer of the game. Great work tonight by Fort Dorchester, and we have seen the spirit on the sidelines for 17 years. 17 straight years. E-Dog.
The Riot student section representing Fort Dorchester. So many great memories and players here. Things are starting to slowly but surely turn around for Fort.
I named the home school, Fort Dorchester. I named the OA school.
Yeah.
Berkeley.
Yeah. And you actually said their names.
We're back in a couple of minutes. You're watching the Will Lou Gray halftime report. Will Lou Gray Opportunity School. Give us 14 weeks. We will help you build a brighter future.
We will be back with more from the Will Lou Gray halftime report. Welcome to the Will Lou Gray halftime report.
Well, tonight's trophy and the Scholar Athlete plaques at the end of the season are provided by All-American Awards, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993. Did somebody say excellence? Excellent. Friday Night Rivals on ABC News 4 with Scott Eisberg and Webb Wright coming up. And by the way, the Berkeley cheerleaders are here on site they just didn't arrive on time to shoot that little segment. So my mistake there. But, yeah, they are here indeed, now being visited by the Fort Dorchester cheerleaders.
We've all been stuck in that that Ashley Phosphate traffic.
Terrible. Just terrible. Scott Eisberg, Webb Wright, not terrible. They're coming up tonight at 11:05 for Friday Night Rivals after this game and going through all of the highlights and scores as they have been doing for 17 years. In the upcoming schedule, what do you think?
Yeah, next week the Battle of Mount Pleasant, Lucy Beckham and Wando, followed by what should be a good one, Oceanside and Ashley Ridge. But Dean, the one I'm looking forward to the most, September the 18th, the Green Wave roll into the island. The Trojans got a big win last night against South Florence. That's going to be a good one. All those games start at 7:30. Of course, you can catch them all on MyTV Charleston, also streaming live on abcnews4.com.
And also the YouTube channel there.
Yeah.
How about that? All right, we've got about 2 minutes and 40 seconds before we kick off. And we've also got college football kicking off this week, Saturday night.
Yes.
The Citadel Bulldogs, the Wofford Terriers. 6 o'clock kick on MyTV Charleston.
We will be back with more from the Will Lou Gray Halftime Report.
Coach, thanks for taking time out. You were able to score right before the half. What was your message to your team at halftime?
I mean, you just got to keep fighting. You know, you just got to keep fighting. It was inspirational last night, our JV team versus them. We got down 20 in the first half, scored 20 unanswered in the second half, and played them in overtime. That was my message. Don't ever stop. Always believe in yourselves, believe in the cause, believe in your brothers, and let's keep fighting all night long.
Coach, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Best of luck in the second half. I'll send it back upstairs where you able to watch the second half of this game.
Tell you what, that dude makes me want to run through a wall.
He does. And when you have such a young team as he does, the mental approach is so important. You can't allow them to get down on themselves. That message is spot on. Don't look at the scoreboard. Just play the next play. Let's just continue to get better and build this program.
I also want to say that I said earlier we were talking about Laura's Matthews. He was hurt earlier this week. So we talked to the coaches on Tuesday. He said this is a guy who's going to be, you got to watch out for. So that injury sometime happened between Tuesday and tonight. And so seeing him walking around the field looks to be in pretty good shape. All right, for Dorchester, going to kick it off.
As we see, Berkeley will get the ball to start the second half, and I think it's crucial for Fort to kind of get a 3 and out.
You got McClue back. You got two guys taking it for Fort Dorchester. That's number 13. He's going to take it right up the middle down to the 15-yard line. That's Tyron Odoms, the sophomore linebacker. I think he found a new running back.
Number 13, Tyron Odoms.
Well, the one thing he did, Dean, is he ran north and south. Didn't try to go east and west and outrun anybody or try to get on the corner. Just simply catch the ball, head straight, big return, good field position to start the second half for the Stags.
You know, it was Coach Lorenzo was sharing with us, when you have a team this young, right? And you asked the question, you know, I mean, how do you handle that? How do you, your patience in dealing with such a young team? Ball handed off in the middle. Boy, take a ride, pony up.
Cameron gathers the big defensive line, the junior. Good start for the Fort. And they've had brief spells where they've done a nice job defensively, getting in the backfield and kind of disrupting the timing of this Berkeley play. Probably not the best read that time by Rivers. Probably could have faked the handoff and took off around the corner.
Rashard Davis on the carry, first time we've called his name tonight. But Coach Lorenzen just said you got to be patient with him. You got to let him work through it. Rivers going to work through this defense. They've got him stopped. Really well done. Everybody maintained their gaps, brought him down after a gain of about 4, make it 3rd and 9.
We mentioned the gap discipline and not being able to, you got to stay in your lane, know your role, and sometimes you're very tempted to get out to try and make a play. That's what Berkeley wants you to do. Nice job defensively by Fort on that particular play. A huge 3rd down coming up for the Stags.
Bryson McGee back in the backfield. 4 receivers set. Elijah Mitchell in the slot. Rivers looks, pump fakes, goes across the middle. Ball dropped. Boy, he had it in his arms. That was number 8, Jonathan Mitchell. But he had that one little slip where you got to catch it and watch it into your hands before you turn to make the move.
And in real time, it looked like he actually caught it, made 2 steps, and then fumbled it. But no, I guess we take a look at the replay here. Yeah, he never really cleanly had the football. Got excited, was trying to get to that 1st down marker. The Fort Dorchester defense does exactly what they needed to do, force the 3 and out. They'll get the football back.
I believe that is Blue, who have that dynamic kick return to set up the touchdown. Rivers kicks it, fielded at 25, makes a man miss, makes a second man miss, takes another man for a ride down to the 36-yard line, and a flag is thrown on the play.
First penalty flag of the second half.
Well, it came at least a minute 35 into it.
What I love about Dominique Blue, though, Dino, the freshman, is he's a freshman, and he always comes up and catches the football in the air. So often we see in high school football, these guys will let the ball hit, roll, and lose about 10 to 15 yards on that roll. But Blue is fearless. He's coming up to make the catch. He's trying to make something happen.
I was about to say, if this call was against Berkeley, Coach Lodge may have just eaten his hat.
Personal foul against Fort Dorchester.
Not one personal foul. I think it was holding.
A 15-yard penalty from the end of the play puts the ball back at the Fort Dorchester 25-yard.
Maybe it was a holding.
Will be 1st down.
I mean, excuse me, a personal foul. You're right. His hand signals sometimes can be a little confusing, but needless to say, 1st down for the Patriots.
Messiah Rivers in the shotgun, fakes up the middle, gives it up the middle. Going to be a pickup of maybe half a yard.
And on the stop at the bottom of that pile was Marshawn Porchia.
Number 21, Liam Chapman up the
Liam
middle.
Chapman with the run.
The one thing I love about both of these defenses, Dean, is you see a lot of swarming at the football. Very rarely do you see one guy on an ISO tackle. It's,
right.
3, 4, 5 helmets around the football. That's a good job defensively by both teams, always pursuing the football sideline to sideline.
Make it 2nd and 9 now. I like how they let the play clock run down. 5, 4, 3, 2. Got to be quick. Doesn't get it done. And that is a young mistake right there.
Especially when you have play clocks in both end zones. So there really is no excuse to see, or maybe it's a situation where the coaches, so Ford takes a timeout before the delay of game penalty.
Yep. And boy, the offensive line coach is having his words right now.
You can see the headsets ripped off.
Once again, tonight's game proudly brought to you by Jits Pizza.
That looks like Cody
Hohenberger
in on the letting his his lineman know he's not pleased.
He wants to see a little bit more urgency, possibly.
Usually, is it a situation where the play being relayed into the quarterback is taking a little too long?
Yep.
Or is the receiving of it taking too long? But needless to say, the play clocks are in the end of each end zone, so they got to be able to see that. They got to get out the huddle quicker, get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and be able to run the play.
So still 2nd and 9. They go back, and the offensive line gets eaten up by that Berkeley defensive line. They have been impressive tonight.
Ja'Kai Chapman. Man, he's been a man among boys all night tonight. Made several solid plays on the defensive side of the football.
That's Chapman on Chapman crime right there.
It could be a law firm, Chapman and Chapman.
Yeah.
Because, of course, there's only, 50 law firms here in Charleston. So what's
Correct.
another one? Chapman and Chapman.
Play called in from the sideline. Everybody checking their play cards.
See, as it is now, Dean, already 8 seconds left on the play clock.
3rd and 9. Gets it off just in time. Rivers looks, got plenty of time. Good pocket. Nice floating ball to the outside. That ball stripped, picked up by Berkeley, taken down the right sideline by number 16. He'll take it all the way down, out of bounds, spotted at the 14.
Antonio Smalls comes up big on the defensive end. It's got a little pushing and shoving going on
And
there
a flag
at the end. But a nice throw, a nice catch, a nice run, except he forgot to protect the football, laid it on the turf, and give credit to Smalls, who's able to pick it up, scoop it up, run down the sideline, and before the penalty, the ball's going to be marked inside the 10.
I love this. So at the 44-yard line, Devin Gates, and I think it was a better defensive play, stripping the ball from behind him. But Messiah Rivers, that ball was, it was a great play by the defensive player. But from the 42-yard lines, Rivers had his arm around Gates talking to him as he walked off the sideline. Then Gates sprinted because he's playing defensive back right now.
Yeah.
Love the maturity of Rivers and the leadership. But Henry Rivers now 12 yards away from Pater. Here comes the pressure. Pressure up the middle. Rivers on the run. He's going to be able to turn the corner. Ooh, big block by number 72. That's going to be a flag. He laid out number 51, never saw it coming. That was B.J. Lance on the ground, number 52. And then 72 for Berkeley. That's Sion Holmes. And then a second flag comes in.
A lot to dissect on that play. But even before that, Dean, make sure we give credit to Copeland, president of Berkeley, who forced that strip from behind on the Fort Dorchester receiver.
Yes.
Now back to this play. A lot going on that play again, Dean.
So Holmes is on the sidelines having a conversation with, I believe, Coach Lodge. I just don't think he got his head around the body when he made the block. And then he kind of stood over him, celebrated for a minute. Not a minute, a couple seconds. Rivers, there you see the escapability.
Right there. As you saw at the top of the screen, that's the illegal blindside block. Dean right on the spot, and Henry Rivers actually
But
comes
I
up
tell
a
you
little
what,
gimpy.
there was a second.
Well, they did. They called 2 personal fouls, and they were offsetting.
So there's some. So, but again, that's 10. I guess it's 15 yards from the spot from where Rivers went down, correct?
Where the penalty occurred. So wherever the illegal block, the blindside block, 15 yards from there.
There you go.
But still first down.
Rivers swings it out. Boy,
Nice
great open field tackle.
That looks like 6 for Fort Dorchester. Devin Gates, I believe.
That's the young man who lost control of the ball on the sidelines, right about the same place. That's number 29, Dylan Howard, with the catch. First time I believe we've called his name. So you see some substitutions going on in that backfield.
And for a second there, Dean, I thought he was going to throw. Thought it was going to be a double throw.
I did too. Number 15, LaTroy Washington, also into the game as a receiver. The middle of your screen down low. Rivers, second down from the 35, gets pressure, got plenty of space to run, and he will. Stiff arms, then turns the corner, then lowers the shoulder, and then picks up an extra 5. Late hit out of bounds, flag. They're going to call it a slippery field.
Did they throw a flag?
No, they did not.
Yeah, I saw it did appear to be a late hit out of bounds. But once again, Henry Rivers just making plays.
And I love the 94 mile-an-hour fastball. I do. And I'd love to see him throw the Patriots point. I would.
But
I don't understand how this kid doesn't have an offer from somebody in the P4 school.
And he can absolutely extend plays. He can make plays. He's electric with the football. He can run it, and now he's going to show you how he can throw it.
He's going to throw back left. And he's got a man wide open, and that is number 10, Malik Callan. A perfect 10 on the throw, a perfect 10 on the call. And the Plum Pro Plumbing, Heating and Air, touchdown, first down, all of it, my friend.
Roll right. Have the defense flow with you. Have that guy go opposite the other way, wide open in the back in the end zone. Rivers, all he had to do was not overthrow him, not underthrow him. He delivers the perfect pitch to the end zone. Another touchdown for Mr. Rivers.
You don't want to take it a step further and say he threw the ball a perfect strike?
It was close. By the way, that's Rivers' 4th touchdown of the night.
And we have Rylan Kerwin sighting.
Oh, so they did have a
kick. PAT. Kerwin, kick it, good.
And the extra point is good.
How about that?
That'd be a situation where maybe Coach Lodge wanted to get something on tape to make the future opponents have to practice, prepare for it. Look at this throw. Just stop.
Thumbs Up Guys replay. The Thumbs Up Guys, your personal injury law firm. Winning cases, winning your trust. Man.
Yeah, Copeland now. 4 catches, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Right now, it is all Berkeley here in this.
Friday Night Rivals, powered by Velocity Power Sports. These power through will break back.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Fort. Your Smokes Comfort Control stat update, guaranteed for life since 1962. Henry Rivers, 110 yards rushing.
Not bad.
199 yards throwing on 10 of 15, by the way. That is 200, yeah, right?
Yeah, 309?
309 total yards tonight. And he's thrown it as well to 6 receivers. Wow.
Yeah, his main target is Malik Cowan with 5 catches, 92 yards, not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns.
Hold on a second, the phone's ringing. Dabo Sweeney. Yeah, Dabo, it's E-Dog. Hey, listen, I just wanted to call and let you know, I just saw a quarterback tonight. He throws the ball really well. He runs it really, really well. He looked great running down that hill. Hold on. Wait, my other phone's ringing. Hello, E-Dog. This is Chad Holbrook. What the heck are you doing right now, boy? Fort Dorchester return out to the 32-yard line. Wrestled to the ground by number 18. That's Ashton Heich.
On the kickoff return for the Patriots. Fort Dorchester football.
We have a.
I will tell you right now that I am pulling a little bit of a Scott Eisberg action. I got you, pal. Eisberg always was famous for, like, he would see this quarterback. He was like, this is the guy, this is the guy.
Right.
All right, he'd play him up, this is the guy, this is the guy. And he was never the guy.
Well, he did say that about the carry-on, and that worked out well.
The carry-on was great. The carry-on was great.
And what's the young man, Jake and Davis from Stratford?
Jake and Davis. Rivers steps up. Pressure from behind, brought down. Is that like a that's like a hip tackle? Is that allowed?
I'm not sure. All I know is Malik Croker is having a heck of a night tonight. The junior defensive lineman has spent just about the entire evening in the backfield of the Patriots, giving that O-line for Fort Dorchester plenty of fits right now. And it's kind of hard to really get anything going because of disruption of the front four of Berkeley.
And that really is, you come back, we've talked about this so many times before, but, games are won and lost in the trenches, right?
Yeah.
And back in the day, the John Simpson days, Fort Dorchester was huge. And again, that is where the transfers come in to be a problem, right? If I'm going to go pick somebody, I'm going to take your best lineman. Throw across the middle. Oh, it's number 21, Leon Chapman, kind of cut off the run a little bit.
And had Rivers been able to connect with him, he could have been running for some days. He had a lot of running room, but just couldn't quite corral that one in. And again, another penalty flag on the play.
That one was declined.
It was like a personal foul, looked like maybe was the indication.
Don't know, but I tell you what. I love the leadership of Messiah Rivers. Having a conversation with number 21.
And it's just getting chippy. This game's somewhat getting out of hand on the scoreboard. Again, somewhat of a rivalry. Fort Dorchester obviously frustrated because they know they're a better football team than they're showing right now. It's just a matter of putting it all together has been the issue for them all the first 2 games.
3rd and 12. Berkeley storms through the line, but Rivers, he's going to run through the Berkeley defense. Wow.
What a run by Messiah Rivers. Davion Fuller, the junior defensive lineman, thought he had a big sack in the backfield, but give credit to Rivers. Messiah refused to go down. As you see the pressure right here, able to kind of shake that sack off and then keep his head up and just take off.
Go.
Big run by Messiah Rivers to keep the drive alive for the Fort. And almost another late hit there, as you saw at the bottom of the screen.
Henry Rivers, talent undeniable. Messiah Rivers, heart unquestionable.
Official timeout on the field.
Starting to see some umbrellas open in the stands, so maybe a little drizzle starting to come down.
Maybe.
Yeah, nice night here at John Bagwell Stadium. On Steve LaPrade Field. I figure Steve probably wherever Oceanside is, his son Brent, the head coach of the Land Sharks. They were back-to-back state champions. They had a rough start last week in a loss to James Island. Of course, we'll see the Land Sharks in 2 weeks against Ashley Ridge.
Ashley Ridge. At Ashley Ridge. That's a scenic drive.
Well, good things I live in West Ashley
Yes,
off of
you
Beast Ferry
do.
Road.
Yes,
so
you do.
If we have to fill time in the fourth quarter, I'll have to tell you about my first trip to Ashley Ridge and how I
think you can start filling right now, kid.
literally, I live in Beast Ferry.
Yeah.
Off of Beast Ferry.
Yeah.
Just knew I knew where, Ashley Ridge was. At least I thought I did.
Yeah.
Went Glen McConnell, Paul Cantrell, 526, 26, all the way around. So it takes me about hour because of traffic. So coming back that night, I get quote unquote stuck in the wrong lane, and I have to turn right on, wait for it, 61. Took me 15 minutes to get home.
Was that your Garmin? You were using the Rand McNally paper sheet?
Every time I think of Ashley Ridge, I think I went all the way around when I just need to take a left on 61.
A little break in the action, a little break in the chain. Yes, we are.
And you feel for Davion Fuller because he could smell that sack. He had his eyes locked on Rivers, but give credit to Rivers. They're able to elude that rush and pick up a much-needed first down. Drive continues.
Kept the clock running as well. 5:42 here in the third quarter. 30-point game. Rivers back, and my goodness gracious.
Flag on the play.
This has to be a record. Unofficially, on the stat monitor, I'm seeing 17 penalties for a total of well over 200 yards between the two teams.
And I think they missed the first three, by the way.
Yeah.
When we started the game. And so, yeah, it's easy 20. And many times, broadcasters will refer to the flags as laundry on the field. But I would say tonight, these flags do need to be laundered because they have been on the field quite a bit.
They've been used a lot.
First and 15. Messiah back. Gets good pressures. Got a good pocket. Got a man. Man cuts off the route. That's Aiden Rutledge.
A little miscommunication is Julius Milligan on the coverage for Berkeley.
Going to be second down for Dorchester.
And yeah, definitely, Dean, the rain is coming down. As you see the ball boy on the sideline, he's got his raincoat on. He's got the towels to try to keep the football drive.
All right.
So some poncho starting to come out.
Second and 15 right now. When you take a look at this Berkeley team, they came into this game ranked 9th in the state. Ball, handoff. Cut it to the outside. That's my man, Blue, wearing 34. Love you, Blue. So in 5A, in the poll, number one team in 5A is Dutch Fork. The 5th ranked team, Somerville. We've got some people talking here in blue. I think Sean Lorenzen needs to get a timeout here.
Oh, we got teammates fighting each other, which is not good. And this is where the emotion,
Hey, take
kicks
this.
in.
Let's take a wide shot, please. Take a wide shot, please. I'm not sure what. Hold this. Just we'll hold. I'm not sure what started it. Doesn't matter what started it. Emotions running high on the Fort Dorchester sidelines. And they will just usher that young man off the field and have a conversation with him. He's been in the middle of it all, the pit, all night long, that offensive line. And again, composure, youth, leadership, that's what it comes down to. You hate to see it happen. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a break. 37-7, 4:45 left. We're back after this. All right, we're back to Fort Dorchester High School. Berkeley, Fort Dorchester. 4:45 left. Had a stoppage of play.
And Dean, you touched on it. You know, it's a young football team. And I've heard several coaches, you know, they say, hey, you want to play with emotion, but you don't want to play emotional. You have to keep your composure and keep yourself together. And I'm sure there's some frustration on that Fort Dorchester sideline. You're down by 30. You're playing hard. You're giving it your all. Just right now, Berkeley seems to have the best of them. But, again, it's your brothers. It's your teammates. You got to bring that together and kind of go through these struggles, as one unit.
Well said. Well said. Messiah Rivers, 3rd and 8. Drops back. Pockets clean. Collapses a little bit. Throws the ball. Just a little short off the mark. Not able to be brought in by Aiden Rutledge.
And you have to worry, Dean, about, trying to throw a wet football. Has Messiah Rivers, practiced or had experience throwing a wet football and ball slipping and sliding. So, you have to make those adjustments as well. Unfortunately, it's on the fly on a Friday night here in a game against Berkeley.
And they are going to go for it on 4th and 7 from about the 43-yard line. I'd like to see if they move Rivers and out of that pocket, see what he can do. Right-handed quarterback, got a short side of the field to work with if you roll him out to the right. He's going to look left. He's got somebody across the middle. He's got somebody deep, and he just overthrows him. That's Devin Gates. That'll be a turnover of downs.
It's going to be Stags football out there on 40.
Yeah, you really had no choice there. You had to go for it on 4th down. You're trailing by 30 in a situation late in the 3rd quarter. You're just trying to get something positive to happen. Unfortunately, it had a good start to the drive. He had the big run on 3rd down earlier, but again, this Berkeley defense, they're fast, they're physical, they swarm to the football, they're aggressive, and just right now they're having their way, with the Fort Dorchester Patriots.
I asked a question on Tuesday when we talked to Coach Lodge about when you get a lead, screen pass, perfectly set up, great play by number 44 of Fort Dorchester. That's Mac Floyd to break through the line. And then we've got a player down at the 28. That's Gates.
And
looks
also
like he's got a cramp.
Penalty flag across the field. It's like on the 47-yard line. Getting back to Mac Floyd, man, Dean, he's made about 4 or 5 spectacular plays tonight, being in the right place at the right time. And had he not been in that situation, that definitely would have been a big play for Berkeley because that screen was set up perfectly, although they did have an illegal man downfield. So you can't be more than, I believe it's 3 yards out of that box down the field.
Yep. But we were talking to Coach Lodge about, when you are playing and extending leads, that it allows you the opportunity for a 4th quarter to bring in some of your younger kids. And this is what Fort Dorchester did for years. They would extend leads, and boy, their second team, they got so much playing time. And this is something Berkeley is able to do, but not pulling out right now. And that is a nice ball thrown downfield by Rivers. Hits Elijah Mitchell, not able to reel it in.
I mean, he's throwing that on the run, Dean Stevens. Didn't even have time to, well, he had time, but elected not to stop, get his feet set. So rolled right, which is his strong arm, and able to throw it on the money. Just unfortunately, Mr. Mitchell not able to come up with the catch.
You know what pitchers don't do in baseball? They don't roll out and throw a pitch.
That's true. They just work out the stretch.
Yes, they do. Call it 2nd and 15 now from their own 38. Single man in the backfield. That is number 20. That's Lawrence Washington. Going to turn the corner. He's got some speed. He's got the first down taken out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
We call that running angry, as that's another Plum Pro Plus first down. And that time he turned the corner, D. And Mr. Washington was looking for contact, looking for someone to run over. First down for the Stags.
And they go quick. That's going to be thrown out. Pick up 5 on the play.
And what I noticed, Dean, is Berkeley's using the entire football field. They're throwing sideline to sideline.
Right.
and wearing down that Fort Dorchester defense because they're constantly having to chase sideline to sideline on these plays. So good job. And, man, we've not really talked about – look at them biggins up there for Berkeley. You got 78 up front, Caden Freeman. You got 72, Zion Holmes. Who are some of those other biggies up there, Dean? I mean, those guys have done a great job tonight blocking for Henry Rivers.
Yeah, they have moved that pocket very well for him. But again, a lot of times when you have a running quarterback like this, you just got to maintain your lanes and let him do what he does.
Trying to see, is that Connor Finley up there as well? You see some new white jerseys. Elijah Penny, number 63, I believe he's the center. He's a sophomore. You see him right there in the middle of the screen. Also, number 75, William Gray, he's a junior. So what's even more impressive is in terms of that offensive line, it appears the only one that will be leaving will be Caden Freeman, number 78.
Call it 1st and 5 now. Rivers, ball on the ground, going to pick it up, scoop it up, going to take it outside. There's Mac Floyd. Doesn't pull him down by the shoes. He's going all the way down the field. He's got a touchdown. Great block by number 11. That's John Cleveland. Opened up a hole as big as Ohio.
You got to get Henry Rivers some bigger pants. He can't run as fast because he's always having to adjust his pants down there. But, man, is there a penalty flag on the play? There is.
Spotted back at the 15. What they call holding on Cleveland?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, my gosh.
Coach Lodge, I'm sure, is about to lose his mind. I mean, just penalty after penalty. I mean, they got 37 points right now, but the Stags have, I believe, 16 penalties.
Is it 16?
Actually, 14. 14 penalties for now 204 yards. That's 2 football fields of penalties.
First 10, the 24. Rivers across the middle. Finds his man. We'll just do it again. This time to John Cleveland.
And that's Cleveland's second touchdown of the night. Did you see that throw?
It was just a pitch and catch.
I mean, it was literally right over the fingertips of that linebacker. And he just, I mean, he had no room for error, and he just zipped it in there like nothing.
Yeah, that's a confident kid.
You might need to call Chad Holbrook and say, hey, when's early signing period? You might want to go ahead and get that signature on that letter of intent real fast.
Yeah, you may want to have him to be this January enrollee. That's 44-7.
Nice. Now 400 yards of total offense for this Berkeley offense.
There it is right there. Look the defender off to the left and then zipped it across the middle. That's 11 of 17 for 206 and 4 touchdowns.
I said that's 2 thumbs up there. 2 thumbs up on Henry Rivers. He is the real deal. This is my first time getting a chance to see him play quarterback. I've obviously seen highlights with, Scott and Webb on Friday nights for the last, 3 years. But to see him live and in person, this is something special. And, you talk about quarterbacks here. You got the kid at the Ocean side. We saw Trip Gallus last week. You got Henry Rivers. I mean,
and don't forget about the guy from Philip Simmons that we saw last week.
Yes. So, yeah, there's some guys that can sling it around the field here, but Henry Rivers might be
top of your list.
Yeah.
For today.
Yeah.
By the way, that was your Trident Technical College touchdown, your future, your college. Berkeley back to kick it. This time doesn't go to blue. It's going to go to number 15, Eric Nathaniel. Boy, he gets popped by number 13. That is Tyron Odoms. And another flag thrown. We've got fisticuffs again. Pushing and shoving. More pushing and shoving. This time at the 31-yard line. You see one gold helmet surrounded by a bunch of white helmets.
That's never a good situation that you want to be in. And it's starting to get really chippy now, where officials are going to have to really tighten it up even more. And you can't say it's because they hadn't thrown penalty flags, because we've had literally, unofficially, 20 penalty flags thrown tonight.
That was Bryson McGee, the running back that was surrounded on the Fort Dorchester sideline. I'm not sure what happened. We get a replay of that. But there was a huge hit. And again, here's a thumbs up guy replay. Again, the big hit is great, right? There's a block in the back, and then that's helmet to helmet. And then you got the celebration on the field. And that's where the flag comes in. And then down right there at the 31-yard line, you see everybody surrounding 21.
But I will say he was celebrating with his teammates, not geared towards the Fort Dorchester bench.
I know.
Someone's got ejected, I believe.
Did they say
was it 25?
25, I think, Damone McGaugan.
A player has been ejected from the game as a result.
I think I saw 25 as well, Dean.
I mean, we could have been reading it backwards. It could have been 52.
And that's just unfortunate because you don't want to lose control here.
I think control has been lost.
And these are the valuable teaching moments, you know, overcoming adversity and dealing with adversity. As you see Eric Lodge, the head coach of Berkeley, trying to get some explanation. He's looking for explanations on, I believe he said, the offsides call.
Yeah, I saw him put up a 2 and a 5, so we're not sure who was ejected from the game.
Our officials tonight, Dean, have been busy, needless to say.
And we got a new quarterback in. Ball on the ground. He's going to recover it. That is number 11, Landon Freeman, freshman quarterback. So I did see a couple of coaches kind of rush over underneath the Fort Dorchester tent. I'm not sure if Messiah Rivers is under there, but I do not see him on the sidelines.
That one incomplete.
Or when he went like that, was that number 7? Freeman throws the ball across the middle, complete. Going to pick up 5 on the play.
It's a nice throw there by Landon Freeman, the freshman, getting some valuable reps and experience as they just continue to, again, build really from the ground up.
Number 15, Eric Nathaniel with the reception. Again, it's hit on the play out of the 35-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down and 5
again,
for Patriots.
Here's the play. You see the return, and then you see the big hit on the sidelines are right there. And then not really sure what happens on the sidelines. Freeman back, throws it again. Thrown in, completed for a first down. And that was to Devin Gates. And that was your first down by Plum Pro Plus, serving the Little Country's HVAC and plumbing needs for 20-plus years. Now I see Rivers is on the sidelines. He's at the 36-yard line.
And at this point, if you're Eric Lodge, you just don't want any injuries or anything crazy to happen over the rest of this quarter or game.
Freeman with a fake, pump fake, and then throws it down the sidelines. Throws a nice ball about a yard or 2 past number 13, Aaron Feaster.
Looks like Freeman, kind of with the Trevor Lawrence, Trevor Lawrence helmet. Is it Sunshine from Remember the Titans?
Yeah. No,
great
Sunshine movie. From I believe it was Sunshine from Friday Night Lights, wasn't it?
Ronnie
Freeman
Bass.
back. He's got another one. This one just outside of number 2, Derek Simpson. Was Sunshine, was that?
I think he was Remember the Titans as well.
Check. I was a young man when that movie came out. I don't remember.
Great movie.
Great movie.
You know, the coach,
Yeah.
Coach Yost, lives on Sullivan's Island, apparently.
Does he?
That's what the great Scott Eisberg has informed to me.
How about that?
In the past.
If anybody would know, it was Scotty E.
That is correct. I don't think Denzel lives in Mount Pleasant, though.
3rd and 10. Freeman's got it, unleashes it, route cut short, incomplete.
You have to wonder, you see a lot of coaching going on, talking amongst the guys. Just no one's really on the same page right here. And so in terms of reps, how often does Freeman get to run with the first team and so forth and so on. So just an all-around frustrating night for Fort Dorchester. And hopefully they had a lot of good, but just not enough good as Berkeley really in control here.
Yeah, there is a lot to unpack for this Fort Dorchester team tonight. Boom. Punt by
guy.
Fort Dorchester. Kick it going to go out of bounds about the 40-yard line. Riley almost got him a souvenir. On-field photographer.
Dean, I'm not so sure this fourth quarter. If I'm the referees, I maybe talk to the coaches and say, hey, guys, there's been a lot of emotion here tonight, a lot of pushing and shoving. Is it okay we just do a running clock here in this fourth quarter to kind of alleviate more frustration, setting in, especially with Berkeley having such a commanding lead here tonight?
Well, we talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Coach Lodge and Coach Lorenzano used to coach against each other in Florida. Coach Lodge was at Seminole High School. Delay a game
against Berkeley.
And Coach Lorenzano was at Lake Howell, and I think they played each other maybe 3 times. And ironically enough, those 2 schools are playing each other tonight as these 2 coaches face off in the Low Country for the first time. But history dates back a while. Bad snap. Fort Dorchester pounces.
There's that guy again. Mac Floyd. Also Isaiah Fields on the stop. No quitting those guys. You surprised that we're still seeing Henry Rivers on the field with such a commanding lead, and with the weather conditions not being, as favorable in terms of it being a little wet and slippery turf?
I'm surprised we're still in the 3rd quarter. Floyd's got it from the backside. Gonna chase him down? Boy, he's too quick. Throws it away. Throws it up. Yeah, knocked away.
Henry Rivers' pass is incomplete.
He just 30 yards. Just bink. But yes, I'm surprised to still see him in the game.
And you talked about the fact that they get these huge leads and allows the backups to kind of come in and get some live bullets as well. Just an opportunity to get prepared. And I believe the backup quarterback is Blake Stout. He's a freshman, a 9th grader, so we'll see if we see him in the 4th quarter. Got a player down, looks like another cramping issue at the 40-yard line. It's going to be like a interesting stat to just see in the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season across the country, especially in Florida and Texas in the South, just the amount of
how many
cramping
cramps?
issues. Yeah, because the training staffs are telling these kids, hydrate, drink, and I'm sure these kids are doing it, but still at some point, they're just not doing it enough.
When we prepared for that first game, the Philip Simmons hand, they talked about also oftentimes oftentimes they forget about the nutritional piece of it as well. We talk about hydration, but it's also, what you're putting into your body food-wise.
And in the third quarter, Crestwood beating Goose Creek 27-0.
So Rivers still in the game. One running back. Bad snap again. Rivers going to bust it to the outside. He's going to have a lane down. And those going to be a little short of the first down. Rivers to Rivers, low 5. But those are the plays that you kind of cringe, right?
You can't prepare for those.
I just don't like.
I'm
that's the hit, right? I'm just worried about that hit.
I'm sorry. I thought I was talking about defensively when you said those plays. Those are the ones that get you because he just ran for 15 yards on a fumbled snap.
Yeah. All right, we have come to the conclusion of the third quarter. We're back to the final 12 minutes. We've seen a lot of talent on display. We've seen a lot of emotion on display tonight. Some good, some not so good. It is 44-7 Berkeley. You're watching Nice Company's Friday Night Rival, powered by Velocity Power Sports. Welcome back to Fort Dorchester, Berkeley. Stags having their way with the Patriots tonight. Smokes Comfort Control stat update guaranteed for life since 1962. And boy, the stats that Henry Rivers has put up on the scorecard tonight, outrageous numbers.
Yeah, I think last check it was 228 yards passing and 110 yards rushing.
And he's still in the game. And this one's going long. It's going deep and overthrown.
Yeah, Rivers 12 for 19. Does have the one interception. 228 yards. Not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 touchdown passes. And then on the ground tonight, Mr. Rivers, 10 carries for 125 yards.
Yeah, and that was 4th and 5, and they decided to throw a bomb for Dorchester to get the ball back on their side of the field on the 48-yard line. Eric Lodge does not look like a man up 37 points, by the way.
15 penalties for 214 yards.
So if we asked Coach Lodge, if we told you you had How many penalties? 20?
15.
15.
Unofficially.
For over 200 yards. Have you ever been involved in a game where you've won a game by 37 and you've had 15 penalties for over 200 yards?
Yeah, that would be
a quick no.
Yes. And offensively, I mean, you look at it, they were 6 for 9 on third downs. They were able to keep drives, drives alive. They've lost the time of possession battle tonight as Fort Dorchester's had the football for 19 minutes. Berkeley for just 15. But it's just because of the big plays.
You score so quickly.
The big plays of Mr. Rivers. And this is a Berkeley program, school that, they've turned it around here. Matt Mullins is doing a great job with the boys basketball team. Of course, the girls basketball team, back-to-back state champions. The baseball team had a nice little run as well. So things up there in Moncks Corner are really starting to kind of get back to the old the coach at Berkeley, Dr. Jerry Brown.
Yeah.
Those days when they were just so dominant, and just always getting the state championships and just having outstanding runs.
Landon Freeman, by the way, that last pass threaded the needle. Picked up some much-needed yard on second down, make it 3rd and 1. Freshman quarterback, offsides. Jump on the left side of the line.
Yeah, just one of those nights. And it's unfortunate because I'm sure Coach Lorenzano, you want to just take this tape and throw it in the trash. But
you got to break it down.
Yeah, it's a teaching moment for a young football team. So when you put it on tape and say, guys, look, we're just so close. We're one block away. We're one, not committing this penalty. Look, we had this 20-yard run, but instead of 20 yards up the field, we're 15 yards back because of a penalty. It's the little things that make the most in terms of winning and losing sometimes.
First down run. And, oh, by the way, Mac Floyd, who we've called out his name defensively, comes into the game, tight end as well. He was the one that had the lead block that opened up the hole that allowed number 21, Liam Chapman, to bust through. First and 10 now from the 36. Freeman going to hand it off again, this time to my man Blue. You're my man, Blue.
Tyron
pick up 7.
Odoms on the stop for the Berkeley Stags.
2 freshmen, Blue, Freeman.
Got another outstanding running back here from Charleston with the last name Blue, Vaughn Blue. Played at Oceanside, then he went to Liberty, I believe.
Going to give it to Blue again. Oh, my, nice cutback.
There's no quitting him. He's playing to the final whistle, to the final horn. And that's what you love to see, is that's another Plum Pro Plus first down. That's the 8th first down of the night for the Patriot offense.
By the way, that's also the Roper St. Francis Red Zone. Roper St. Francis Healthcare for a life lived here. I love that. Another run. New running back in the game. That's number 18, Amir Green.
Kevin Mitchell on the stop.
And I do love what Coach Lorenzano's done. Who wants to go in and make a play?
Exactly. I just need to find 11 people that want to win, that have that drive. And if it means pulling someone like a Mac Floyd from defense to do it, you got to do what you have to do.
Green stays in the game behind Freeman. Throw it to Mac Floyd. How about that? You're going to run behind Mac Floyd. Going to pick up another Plum Pro Plus first down, serving the Low Country's HVAC and plumbing needs for more than 20 years.
Tristan Scott on the stop. A freshman defensive lineman. Doesn't look like a freshman physically, but he just started high school a couple of weeks ago and already making his presence felt on the varsity football team.
I feel like this quarter's blowing by. No penalty flags, no injuries the last 3 plays.
Thank you. Just here comes a flurry of yellow flags, play after play, just because you said it.
Watch number 88, Jaden Lee. I want this ball to go to 88, Jaden Lee for a touchdown.
Guy in the slot.
This ball's going to be run to the outside, down to the corner. Oh, great stop. Going to be out at the 1 yard line. That was Liam Chapman on the run. Yeah, he loves. I'm going to pose in front of my ABC News 4 Friday Night Rival poster right in front of Stars and Stripes. Getaway play. Boy, what a nice hit.
By Tyron Odoms. There to lower the boom and not allow him to get into the end zone. But this is what? First and goal from the half-yard line.
Yep, second and goal. I really wanted Lee because he took that big hit earlier.
Well,
right, he got crushed.
And you look at Lee.
Yeah,
he looks like maybe he's all of maybe 5'3", but he's out there on the football
ball handed
team.
off, ball inside, ball touchdown. Liam Chapman with our Trident Technical College touchdown. Your future, your college. Chapman has been running hard all night.
Just keep stacking, put enough of the good plays together on film to really allow this team to show there's no quit. We are playing a very rigorous non-conference, non-region schedule, I should say. And, you know, look, guys, we could have easily mailed it in. We scored right before the half. We scored in the fourth quarter. Nice job. No quit in Fort Dorchester. They're going to go for 2.
Lee in the slot. Look right, going to throw right. Out to the edge, and that'll be completed to Derek Simpson. Oh, there's the flag.
Illegal man downfield.
How could you have a legal man downfield when the ball's at the 2 yard line?
I think that's what the
Does that
officials
work? There we go. Let's run it again, boys. Been a great showing by the freshman quarterback, Freeman. Throws a good ball. Accurate.
Was. Threw it to the corner where only his receiver could come up with the catch. That was a nice pass.
So we'll keep it 44-13. We'll run another play. This time from the 7, not the 2. Lee in the slot, looks right, going to roll that way. He's going to try to run it, try to make it to the end zone. He's going to get crushed, got popped, made the effort, flies in for 2. How about that?
How about that effort by the freshman?
Landon a 2-pointer for Landon Freeman.
Outran the defense. No panic in that freshman. He's a fabulous freshman for this Fort Dorchester football team. Again, our camera guy, Riley, on the spot. Great camera work by him. This is his first time, he said, calling a football game.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job. Have to bring Riley back.
Yeah, I said I was going to suggest put him up in the lift for Tim.
There you go. But now a bigger question could be is who's going to be the quarterback, because I tell you what, ever since Landon Freeman has come into the game, he's kind of put a little spark in this Fort Dorchester offense. Done a nice job leading them down the field, throwing it, showing his speed and agility there.
This ball, a little pooch kick in the 31. Oh, going to bounce out of bounds, hoping that would just kind of stick like a pitching wedge from 30 yards out, but it doesn't. Pops out of bounds at 31. He'll tack on for the penalty as well. 44-15, 7:06. Flagorama. Been crazy from the beginning of the game. From the beginning, and we had 3.
Play.
Yeah, we had 3 penalties within the first 4 plays, right?
Yeah.
The ball went out of bounds at the 32-yard line, then a 5-yard penalty for the kickoff going out.
So that's now unofficially 22 penalties on the night.
Henry Rivers still in the game, 7:06 left. Going to hand it off up the middle to number 29. That's Dylan Howard, junior running back. Going to take it about 12 yards.
Jeremiah Smalls on the stop for Fort Dorchester. Also in on the tackle was Roman Carr, junior middle linebacker, and another penalty flag. Illegal procedures means Berkeley did not line up correctly.
That's another 12 yards. Refresh that screen for me, would you? This is like playing bingo.
Oh, gosh, just the penalty after penalty after penalty. And these are only the penalties that have been accepted.
Yeah.
So we have the ones that were declined that aren't registering on the amount of penalties we've had tonight.
Rivers handing it off again to Howard. He's going to get back about 7 and make it 7 and 8.
But even as Berkeley and Coach Lodge, his message would probably be, guys, do we want to be a good team or do we want to be a great team?
Right.
It's the little things. How do we not line up correctly? Like, just look at the ball, look at your teammates, and line up. You have to be mentally locked in for the entire football game. You can't allow these lapses. This is what causes teams to have their season cut short because it unfortunately rears its ugly head during playoff time. So this is definitely something that Coach will want to work on. Big tackle or not.
It was a big stop, but it was a bigger run by Dylan Howard.
And we've seen both teams tonight, not go down on the initial hit.
No.
We've seen some big hits, but guys are forgetting to wrap up, grab the back of that jersey, get the ball carrier on the ground, and as a result, you may stun them for a little bit, but the good football players will kind of get their balance and continue to play, as we just saw.
We are where we're sitting in the press box. The band is just to the left, the Fort Dorchester band, and they have a megaphone system in place. But just a minute ago, the band director made it very clear on 3rd and 8 here. Rivers going to roll out, going to throw right, overthrown a little bit, but he made it very clear that we're going to keep playing, that we have right there, we have an obligation to keep the spirit going.
That's right.
I love it.
No quit here by the Fort Dorchester band as that coverage was Aiden Mansell on the coverage for
Got to stay focused.
Patriots.
All right, Rivers back to punt it. I'm going to be honest. You mentioned about he needed maybe a little smaller pair of pants. But you know what I've noticed? I don't think he even has a belt on. I think that's just the way he likes to run it. This ball popped off the side of his foot. Going to drop, get away from the ball. They did not. I don't know if Fort Dorchester touched it or not.
We'll find out here when they point to the left or to the right.
I'm going to tell you something. They give the ball back to Fort Dorchester. Lodge, they're going to give the ball to Berkeley.
Yeah. Again, you see teammates.
As Gates goes and talks to the young man, just a sophomore.
It's going to be Stags football at their own 48-yard line.
And I think that's where, again, he talked a lot about, this leadership council, and they are going to have their hands full come Monday morning. We're going to take a break. It is 44-15. Berkeley going to get the ball back. We're back after this.
Official timeout on the field for our Friday night rivals. Broadcasted tonight on My TV Charleston and on YouTube. Every Friday night, a local high school game live on My TV Charleston with Friday night rivals. And once again, tonight's game proudly sponsored by Jits Pizza, bringing the flavor to game day with their famous Detroit-style pizza. Proud to have Jits as a sponsor, and we thank them for supporting our team and our community. JetsPizza.com for takeout or delivery. Jets Pizza, better because it has to be.
All right, here's a replay of that punt. It is going to hit midfield, and then number 15 goes to jump on it. He says he didn't touch it. The officials said they did. All right, so the ball back to the Berkeley Stags. A 48-yard line, their own. And we got a couple more flags. I believe we got encroachment, and then we got a little movement on the Berkeley side. Yep, encroachment.
We're back in the good old Dickie Dingle days.
Dorchester, 5-yard penalty. Puts the ball down to the Patriot 47-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 5 for Berkeley.
All right, 1st and 5. And they're going to hand the ball off again. A little scat back. That's Ahmad Starks. We have seen about 8 running backs for Berkeley tonight.
In the stable, they got a lot.
Number 26, Ahmad Starks.
Dean, I was mentioned back in the Dickie Dingle days. Performances like this, even if you were Berkeley, probably resulted in a 4-hour practice on Monday.
That night of. The Friday night.
Actually,
I'm sure there were those.
There was a, Pulsar practice until 12:01.
Hey, by the way, want to talk about the Delta Force All-Stars cheer the game for Dorchester. Congratulations to them. They have been cheering all night, sponsored by Delta Force Athletics, home of Delta Force All-Stars. Proudly cheering on the Low Country's high school sports. Thank them for being partners with Friday Night Rivals for so many years.
Big tackle by Kisa Milo, making his presence felt for the Fort D.
2nd and 11 now. And I've kind of watched Rivers, kind of watched the clock. Watch it tick down. 3:05 on the play clock, 17 seconds on the game clock.
Veteran move. That's the maturity of someone who's been a starting quarterback for 4 years.
Coming up, we've got the Will ball on the ground, just following a young man, and he does. We've got the Will Lou Gray stop of the game coming up. We've got our Knights Company's player of the game coming up. And then at the end of the game, the trophy presentation sponsored by All-American Awards.
Yeah, I don't think Henry was ready for that snap because there were still 7 seconds left on the play clock. And I think he was talking to his tailback, and the ball went flying by his head.
I would imagine right now, and I can't, 72, Sion Holmes, he's still in the game. It looks like the right side of the line. Those are all backups. I'm wondering if the center is as well. Rivers looks back at the play clock. He's got a game clock in front of him. 60 yards away. Snaps it, hands it off. Taken down. Going to be 4th and forever with 2 minutes left in the game.
Cameron gathers. And
Knights
also,
Company replay. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. Javion Richardson and on the stop.
Number 98, Cameron Gathers, in on the tackle for the Patriots. It's Berkeley football. They're on 45-yard line. 4th down and all for the Stags.
Looks like Henry Rivers is just going to take the delay of game and let all of the time go off. Well, not take a delay of game, but call a timeout with 1 second left.
Of the second half, and another break in the action brought to you by Palmetto Performance House. For your workout and health needs, check out Palmetto Performance House. Don't forget, Patriot fans, next Friday.
Of course, college football, Dean, starts tomorrow.
Against the Goose Creek Gators.
Fans still here. Trying to get those last bit of nachos and french fries.
All right, the Will Lou Gray stop of the game. Will Lou Gray Opportunity School, giving us 14 weeks. We'll help you build a brighter future. Let's take a look at the stop of the game. A couple of really big hits. Let's see what we got. Rivers to throw. Oh, yeah, that is it. Great play. Backside strip of the ball.
Almost a scoop and score by Antonio Smalls, but nice job poking it from behind, Dino, by Copeland president. That's our Will Lou Gray. Stop of the game.
Rivers' punt goes out of bounds at about the 35-yard lines. We also got the Knights Company's player of the game.
For Dorchester football, they're on 35-yard line. First down, Patriots.
As we look at Henry Rivers, it's not a black T-shirt. That's I guess they call it girdles now that they kind of wear under their football. But you're right, he has no belt.
Yeah.
But you know what?
What?
We got belts on at Patriots Point. Maroon, black, gray, whatever color he needs.
Uh-huh. Yes, indeed, baby.
The Stag in the house made the trip from Berkeley down 52. Happy with what he has seen tonight from his Berkeley Stags. Is Berkeley going to improve to 2-0 and probably climb in the top 10 poll?
I would think so. Freeman handed it off to Blue. Blue's going to pick up a couple of yards. Clock is going to keep ticking. 58 seconds left.
I mean, Dino, is there any doubt who our player of the game is tonight?
No. No.
By far one of the easiest ones that we've had. Big night for the senior quarterback, Henry Rivers.
Give me some numbers there. What do you got?
How about Dino? 12 for 21 with 1 interception, but 228 yards through the air, 5 touchdowns. Oof. And when he wasn't throwing the football, well, he was carrying it 10 times for 125 yards.
Wow. That is as impressive a showing out of a quarterback that we've seen both with his legs and for throwing it. Go back to the carry-on. I'm going to throw one at you. Joe Hamilton used to put up numbers like that.
He did at Macedonia. That'll do it here from Bagwell Stadium.
44-15.
The final score, the Berkeley Stags 44, your Fort Dorchester Patriots 15. Remember, Fort Dorchester on the road.
So we've got the handshake coming up. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll have the trophy presentation sponsored by All-American Awards. We're hearing from Coach Lodge. We'll take a look at what's coming up high school football-wise and the college ranks as we start college football season. That's coming up 44-15. Final score. Impressive showing by the Berkeley Stags tonight. Youth movement underway at Fort Dorchester, and that, my man, is your player of the game. He had spectacular, putting up 125 on the ground, 228 from the air, 5 touchdowns. He is your Friday Night Rivals player of the game, your Knights Company player of the game. Join a team with leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence. And again, tonight's trophy presentation sponsored by All-American Awards tonight. We've got Trooper Buys standing by with the head coach, Eric Lodge.
All right, we also got the player of the game, number 3, Henry Rivers. Congratulations to your contribution to the win tonight with your team. Coach, you had a commanding lead the entire game. Are you happy with the outcome right now?
Happy with the result, but I thought that we played sloppy. We're more than capable of playing much better football. We'll clean that up, and we'll get better as the season goes on.
You mentioned to me at halftime you're concerned about the penalties and stuff. Were you happy with the second half of the game after speaking to your team?
I think the penalties got cleaned up a little bit, but, still just dumb mistakes and things that, we strive for perfection. We're not going to get there, but we'll fall short and come to excellence.
Well, you won a big lead there, 44-15. Congratulations. I'm going to give you your team trophy to you and the team. Congratulations on the big win tonight.
The Berkeley Stags, 5-time state champions, 1960, 1981, 94, 96, 2009. Is this a team that's got the ability to win another state championship?
I'd say yeah. I mean, offensively, defensively, they're balanced on offense. They can run it. They can throw it. The kicking game seems to be intact as well. And then defensively, they play fast. They play hard. They can run sideline to sideline, good size, good depth. Yeah, this is a team that can definitely make a run till late November.
Well, I love the quarterback. He certainly has the ability to do that as well. Henry Rivers, he is a special guy. Awesome to see him. Also awesome to see Scott Eisberg and Webb Wright coming up at 11:05 tonight, just in about 30 minutes. You can catch them on ABC News 4 for Friday Night Rivals. Scotty and Webb taking a look at all the action tonight. As for the upcoming special schedule, next week it's Lucy Beckham. It is Wando, and then followed up with Oceanside, heading up to Ashley Ridge, and then 9/18, September 18th.